Music 2 is provided to us by Fox.
I don't know. I need to learn some ASL.
Now we just have to look cool. Oh, I can teach you the alphabet.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, but I actually...
Already know Morse code.
What?
Okay, ready? So A,
C, D, E,
F,
What did Kasarian Nam learn in kindergarten?
K,
Oh God.
L,
The alphabet.
N, O, P, Q, R, S, T,
Okay, we can hear you now.
W.
Oh, thank God.
Did they hear the alphabet?
I was signing the alphabet, which is
I was
all the
trying to
ASL I
keep
know.
up.
I will learn more.
Did they hear my
Please say
pun?
bye.
Probably not.
Oh, damn
Fuck.
it. So I think,
What did Kasarian Nam
Take it
learn
from the top.
in kindergarten?
Okay,
The alphabet.
We're just gonna do it again.
We're gonna do it again.
Memory
It's cool.
right.
It's cool. It's cool. It's cool. It's cool. Hello and welcome to Quests and Queers.
We're not.
We are an LGBTQ D&D stream in affiliation with Toronto Gamers.
I'm missing a
Toronto Gamers is a
D20.
local non-for-profit that connects nerdy queers through board games, video games, and of course D&D. Our music is provided to us by Fox and more. And our tech today is Alex.
Silence, tech boy!
Such a natural exchange.
Remember that joke that never got
Oh,
said
natural
before?
over here.
This
Anyways, so if you love us and respect us and want to support us, please join us on all the social media accounts. Join us on Twitch. Join us on Twitch. Join us on YouTube. Join us on Twitter, which is separate from our other one.
Different
Our
URL.
other
A
ones.
different URL.
Yeah,
it's
it's a different URL.
QNQ Gaming. That is QNQ Gaming. You can find all of that information below.
Yes, and please follow us on Instagram and Twitter. It goes for a long line, and the more subscribers we get means that we can put down our official stuff on YouTube, I believe. Yes, we are.
Yeah, basically, the big deal is we need 100 followers on YouTube so we can have our own URL so that we are easier to find.
Yes.
And I think we've made it about to 100 on Twitch. We keep going like above and below, so if you want to be follower 100, now's the time.
Wow. We need all the things.
So we can do more things.
Yes. And, anyways, now for introductions. My name is Brett. I go by he, him pronouns, and I will be playing God. And, I already said Foxmore.
Yeah, we're good. We did it.
Yeah, okay. Okay,
We're going around the
We're
table.
we're
For the love of
really
God, somebody else introduce
professional.
themselves.
We're doing great.
Hi. I'm Charlie. I go by he and she pronouns, and I play Rubelux the Red, who goes by he pronouns, and is our Red Dragonborn Paladin, and a fire-breathing twink.
All true. Charlie does the art, some of it. And
Oh,
then
yes.
Jackie does the art also.
Ah, yes, I do that.
We have links to Charlie's Twitter in the description below, so it's all there for you. But it's C4 Studios. And me, I'm Mav. I use they them pronouns. I'm playing Prophet, a tiefling cleric who also uses they them pronouns, more or less.
I'm a disaster, and use she and they pronouns, and I'm playing First Protector Lazra, and I'm dying inside
Oh.
and outside a little bit.
Oh.
You may hear from the timbre of my voice that I'm dying.
It's okay. That's why we put you close to the mic.
Okay,
We should get you tea.
I
Yeah.
got my
Yeah.
radio voice.
Soothing radio voice.
I'm a goblin, and also a second goblin.
A goblin and a goblin in a hat.
Yeah.
One
and a
is
half
the
goblins.
apprentice.
Well, hobgoblin and a goblin in a hat.
Hi, I'm Mark, aka RK. I play a character named. Sorry,
Jesus Christ.
I'm all over the place today. I use he/him pronouns, and today I will be playing as Egreth Bloodmaw, a Gnoll Ranger. She and her pronouns.
Hi, I'm Jackie. I go by he and him pronouns. Sorry. I'm playing Aisha Night Shadow. Always. Aisha Night Shadow. And she's half elf and a warlock, and she goes by she and her.
We're a mess today.
Yeah, I just noticed that I forgot to switch out my hat, so me and you are wearing the
same
same
hat.
Right,
identical hat.
you're just a floating head.
You must
awesome.
remove the hat.
You're just head and hands like Andros.
Then I should honor
you should
this.
keep on the
Because of
hat.
your backdrop, you're
How,
okay.
how will they know that me and you are different people?
Yeah, we look exactly the same. You're blonde, I'm blonde.
There you go.
That's all of the things.
That's it. That's all you need to make two people indistinguishable.
Exactly.
Okay,
Let's start.
following last session, the party, after coming out of Cannigan's temple, met with another devastator from the hobgoblin camp surrounding Cannigan's temple. You got what you came for. You got a piece of the Black Star. Coming out of it, you were given a pair of earrings from a devastator onto the side, Lasgra, coming out of Cannigan's temple, which were given to both you and Shoal by an unnamed hobgoblin. On your way out, saying goodbye to some friends that you made in the Feywild, namely the lesbian coven. You made way with another hobgoblin ally, one that is now leaving with you. Still in a little bit of a rougher shape, still somewhat sickened, but not too much. Hemza, whom you managed to get from the lizard folk some time ago. On your way out of the Feywild portal, taking everything, or mostly everyone, back out, you suffered the memory-changing effects of the Feywild shift change, of the changes of the planes of existence. Everyone passed, except for Ygritte.
The last thing that I remember.
I just got it.
Okay, fine, wrap it up.
And just outside Dalvin's Pond, the grass meets the sands of Eldret's wastes. You feel a familiar heat of that dawn sun rising out into the horizon, because you were only gone for minutes, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
That whistling wind blow comes and that harsh wind hits the side of your face. You've only been gone for a short period of time. And now, out of the portal, as the Feywild fades behind you, leaving, Ygritte.
Puppy eyes. You have puppy eyes. I'm like,
It's not up to me.
Remembers nothing.
The last thing I remember was grabbing on the other end of a rope that Raveno had. And then that's it. So Raveno was right behind me.
And now there's Prophet and a skeleton horse.
I have to find my character voice.
Hi.
So go over it again. What happened?
Yeah, actually.
Well,
I could stand to hear this story.
we did make it into the Feywild.
Okay, I'll do a perception check to see if I can tell if the sun is in a slightly different position.
Okay.
So can I...
Survival,
It's
probably?
gonna be a
Any
survival,
survival?
yeah. Yep.
10.
It's in practically the exact same space.
I am suspicious.
So what's the important bits? Ran into a Struan pretty much immediately. You may remember him from other adventures.
Yeah, outside Lake Reach.
Turns out, may have misjudged him a little bit. He's a sturdy fighter.
Not a werebear.
still hates witches, warlocks, everything.
So
Well, I guess we missed the window to get into the Feywild.
well, we did.
Oh, right. Sorry.
Yeah, Struan was camped in there. Found him. Turned out that he'd been given a task by, well, we later found out, literally was from Cannigan themselves, to hunt a chimera. Chimera, whatever it was,
That's what it was.
had 3 heads. we met some lesbian witches. They were of immense help.
Yeah.
They were cool.
They were
And then
so
some
cool.
spooky coincidences started happening. On our way in, we thought we were prepared. This chimera seemed to really not like skeletons, I suppose. Despite all our best efforts, rather suddenly, Raveno
Raveno's
was
dead!
felled by this chimera. We ultimately ended up doing another task for Kennigan. You met them, by the way. We all did.
I'm gonna go over there.
Did you just meet Cannigan?
Apparently.
Yeah. Bit touchy.
This one helped us with the final task that had been given. If you'd like to introduce yourself again, I suppose.
Oh, yeah. Prophet's the name. My doctor.
That's a lot to process.
You have their horn, actually.
They fought with us,
If
so
you-
they're okay.
What the
We
hell?
trust them. Oh.
I do. I do have Raveno's horn.
And so currently we have been asked by Casaria to continue on our quest and bring the remains back to him once we have finished. Give him a proper funeral at that point, I suppose.
Would you say we're burying these ashes?
So, like,
Seems
ash
appropriate.
bearers, huh?
Something like that.
That's a nice name.
That we just came up with now, did not discuss
At any point.
At any
before
point.
this adventure.
No.
And
on
and
any
I
sort of
wasn't
electronic
included.
communication medium.
I
It
wasn't
never
included
happened.
that we were about to do this, so I was just like, oh god.
I didn't know that was going to
Ruby,
happen either.
Ruby,
Okay.
important factor coming in. Come back, Ruby.
Ruby's not coming back.
Oh.
Ruby's just standing
I guess
back
that's
towards you.
Ash bearer in chief.
Did we get the thing that we were supposed to get?
Yeah.
We're up one.
No, the
Shard.
Black Rock.
The Black
Let's see
Rock.
it. Let's see it.
Um,
Show me the Black Rock.
I forget. Did we have it like wrapped up somewhere so that we didn't have to touch it?
Yeah, touching it is bad.
It was in like a cloth or something. It was in like a leather.
Touching
Do
it
I
with-
have? I think I have it.
Touching
You
it with
do
bare
have
You do
flesh
have
is
it.
bad.
Do I just have? We have two, or do we only have one?
One.
Okay. I'm holding on to that. Do I have any extra dimensional shit I can store it in? I
guess
think
I
so.
better-
You can use
Parts
the mage
on
hand to hold
here
it up, though, to show.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll just unwrap the cloth and show Egrith. That's one.
Don't touch it, though.
Don't touch it. Cannigan told us not to.
So, wait. Skeleton?
Skeleton. Yep.
I wasn't even sure if he could die.
Huh.
It's a bit
Interesting.
painful. I think most of us had come to see them as a bit of a parental figure.
Well, if they didn't want to go, they wouldn't have gone.
Yep. We all knew the risks.
So, you good?
Who was there? Why didn't? Well,
there was a chimera, there was a bunch of lizard folk. It was not an
no
easy
one-
fight.
no one could help him.
We all tried.
It happened way too suddenly for that, I suppose.
We were also given the option to maybe, possibly resurrect him, but we obviously don't want to. I don't think it's Raveno's way.
I think that
Sounds like a square to me.
hopefully Ravena trusts us to complete this important mission. What's your intention anyway?
Oh, yeah, me.
Have you other places to be?
I mean, not anymore. Kind of helped you out, so out of a job. With Thieves Guild, I think.
You can see Hamza still writing the skeleton for us. And she's like,
I
both
think
of
Vale
us.
knows
Oh,
that we hate
fuck
him.
me sideways!
What's with the goblin and the skeleton horse?
Moment for truth.
Oh, I think we also established that my some wild magic effect has completely removed Lazarus' tan.
Yeah, you are permanently a different
She's
shade of blue.
very stark blue now.
Permanently, eh?
Oh, I
you
forgot
feeling
about that.
Some
Your
weird
skin
face shit
looks
happened
different in
there.
this desert sun.
Yeah, some weird fey wild shit. The place was exhausting.
Insight check. Are you a doppelganger? It's an 18.
Not high enough for sure, doppelganger.
I don't know who you are, what you did with my friends, and this joke isn't funny anymore.
Oh,
Here you go.
she's really Lasgra.
Let's see.
Shoal with
Ingrid,
us,
do
right?
you remember?
Shoal would look normal.
Do you remember that long time ago? You remember the time where I got a little too drunk and you had to one of your kids found me actually after a diplomacy meeting. Remember that time?
Oh. Yeah.
See, my doppelganger wouldn't know that.
Fair.
Oh.
Found you doing what?
Oh, nothing good.
No.
They've seen
So,
worse.
as some have said, diplomacy is a waste of time, and I was really feeling it that night.
I mean, only if you're a shit diplomat.
I suppose so.
I didn't say you were. I don't know you. I don't really know you.
Anyway, you sure don't. Is there anything else, or shall we keep moving?
I mean, can I come?
You've been immense help to us so far. I don't see why not.
Neat. I'm coming.
We could use a doctor.
I'm a damn good doctor. When I want to be. I want to cut what we find.
All right.
Well,
What do you mean cut though? Like the payment? We're not giving you a shard of the star.
Oh, fuck no. Who's gonna give me that? I'm irresponsible. But, if we find anything of monetary value,
Right.
profit.
Let's hit the road.
Alright, so what's the route?
So we were gonna do a big like swoop around, right?
Yep. So I recall. There is specific images here.
Okay. So what did we have? We had the next star shard.
We near Capisa. We're on the way to.
Yes.
Somebody
We
was
want to go to Capisa.
some army was stuck somewhere.
That's on the other side of Bad Bugs Mall, but I don't know that anymore.
Followed an army's tracks here.
Totally don't know that anymore. I'm useless, gang.
I can't help you.
I can't help you.
I'm a different envy.
I may have some kin nearby. They're a bit sometimes hard to coax out. They're a little reclusive.
And they're not affected by all this business you're in.
What business? Oh, the wares. I'm not sure. It's been a while since I've seen any of them really.
Well, hopefully they're friendly enough anyway.
I have kin there.
Alright.
Just be. Which ones are you referring to, by the way, Mike?
It's the sandfur. Is it sandfur or sandpaws?
Sandfurs.
Sandfurs.
They are they very different. Very elusive. Very hard to find.
I think first order of business is a fucking lie down though, yeah?
You know, that's not a bad idea.
yes, please. I can't do anything right now.
I got no spells left. I couldn't raise a rat from the dead.
So,
Not that I would. Not really useful. Well, context is key.
rats can get into a lot of places.
No tiny bodies.
I mean, I'm not too keen on.
Camping here's a shit idea though.
Yeah. try and find a better
See the red
place.
bird?
Yeah, I was thinking about
That's
that.
still there.
bird's like, "Ah!"
Just, like, confused by the fact that the sun is around.
And remember, on our way here in the fields, we were attacked by a creature.
Be
Oh,
careful.
shit.
There may still be yet more on our tail that we don't know about.
Mm-hmm.
Try to lose them in the sand.
Is that next stop?
Well,
You got like a map or
I'm pretty sure someone drew up a map.
So you remember
Raveno did.
But we took all Ravenos.
We have Ravel
Some-
stuff.
That was paper.
Oh no.
Oh,
So
maps
that's
and
where
Raveno.
are we going?
So you,
Raveno had the map.
but you as a ranger would know where to somewhat go.
Sure.
So in terms of maps, I want you to make a survival check, please. Just in reference to the map and where you need to go.
I will use up my last spell slot and use Primeval Awareness.
Okay. Within the next couple of miles, you don't really sense
It's
anything.
only 1 mile.
Fine. Within a mile, you do not really notice anything out of the ordinary. You do detect some small beasts, and you do detect the bird, the fey bird. But apart from that, it is mostly small beasts. Nothing major, no fiends, no demonic entities, nothing. Within this first mile, you are clear.
Okay, can I use that to aid a survival check for further exploration? Or
See, that survival check is to figure out where you're going in reference to a map, not detecting fiends or
okay,
undead.
yeah. Okay, that's fair. I can still do both.
Yeah, that's fine.
I know the pond is that way, so
Yep.
I can at least infer that much. Natural 2 plus 5, 7.
Why?
So, you would know that by reference of where you'd have to be in the pond that runs southward, that if you simply follow the pond, Capissa is an uncertain amount of time away. But following the pond seems like a sure bet. So following the pond southward.
Okay. Didn't we come from the south?
Yeah.
Okay, there was another location of interest, which is Bad Bog's Maw. But in character, I don't know this. Because all this information that I had about the Black Star and stuff, I can't tell you anymore.
Okay.
Oh, man!
Yeah, it burns real bad.
Well, so did he.
Oh.
Actually, he burned real good. It's kind of like kindling. Anyway. I can't help you guys.
Dried marrow makes the best candles.
Guess it does. Alright. Okay, but I'm prophet now. I'm prophet.
Okay.
So what?
Our locations are this apparent north of Capissa's site was this teleportation thing.
No.
Then which one?
This is the one near Lake Creech? Question mark?
Yes, this is the one closest to Lake Reach,
Okay.
straight north.
So that one is achieved. We have a location north of Capissa. We are currently north of Capissa, correct?
Technically speaking, yes.
So that's probably the closest one, and then Bad Bog's Maw should be the stop after that.
Yes. So the map that is here. the
Oh,
map-
already, yeah.
Yeah. You took up a straight shot north, just at the end of the coast, just above Dalvin's Pond, where the river meets in. And where it says north of Capissa, you are technically northwest of Capissa. So that'll be northwest-west.
Alright.
Okay.
Pissa.
So, and as far as I had, our route from Lake Reach to here, to this place north of Capissa, to Bad Bog's Maw, altogether would be 2 weeks overland travel, right? That's about what we had,
And it loops us back to Lake Reach.
pretty much. So this north of Capissa site. We should probably figure out where.
Why don't we make
Should we
pit
go?
stop in Capissa?
Do we remember? Is there a check to try to remember how far north of Capissa this place was?
It just said north of Capissa. It didn't. It was like, it was a larger indent. It didn't specifically say where.
Okay.
But
So
are
we
you saying
should
that out loud?
get to pretty much. I'm pretty sure I'm using.
The moment that you say that, Hamza's just like, that's where I'm from.
I don't know you.
Well, suppose that's where we're going next then.
Well, I can't see why.
Right, walk you home.
I'm not going there.
Okay. Well,
Walk you not
Go.
home.
where thou wouldst.
Why not? What's there?
Pillar's lab is there. They see me, I'm supposed to be back in there.
I see. Well, don't go to Lake Reach.
Give you a makeover.
As far as our earlier discussion about whether you'd be willing to seek haven at the tower in exchange for safety, how are you feeling about that? Well, exchange for information, I suppose.
I feel as though I'd be better off in Zaizen.
Well,
Tower, I have to go through desert.
I mean, I could arrange for someone to meet you at the edge of the desert at least.
Like where?
Where is the desert compared to here?
Oh, you guys are like right in the middle between like grassland and desert. Like you guys are at the transition point between the two parts.
Okay.
So like you'll have bits of ground or sand that there's bits of ground and grassland that's being coated in dust, and same thing as
Okay.
grassland starting to take back into sand.
And so as far as compared to here, is there anywhere I know of that would be a good place to have someone meet Hamza to take them back to the tower?
Taking them back to the tower specifically, I'd have to travel further into the desert,
Mm-hmm.
but they can either go to two main points from here, and these are the ones that you know of. There are, of course, smaller communities that are present, but they're a lot harder to find and a lot more secluded. But the two major points that come to mind is Zaizen, which Hamza mentioned, as well as something that's much closer into the desert. That one's about like a day and a half away, and that one's just pure riding east. And
Okay.
that's known as Zybrand's Spear, which is a small little hobgoblin outpost.
So Zybrand's spear would be closer to the tower from here,
Yes, it would be technically closer.
but if Hamza needs to resupply, then Zaizen would probably be a better bet.
They're in polar different directions. Well, not polar different, but like Zaizen is straight north and a little bit west, and Zybrand's Spear is just straight east from here.
Okay, so I will tell Hamza that basically those are the two options. Again, if you don't want to accept the offer, that's totally fine by me, but it's
I
there if you
appreciate
want it.
I'm gonna need my horse.
Fair.
Your horse.
She gets off the side of the horse and just like drops down. She still looks a little bit sick, but okay. She still has a bow that you gave her.
I mean, if we're going in different directions, then I need to know now. I can contact someone right away if you're willing to try. At the very least, someone could explain to you what would happen. Would you accept the offer? And you can decide from there.
I'll hear it. I'll hear it in Zaizen.
Zaizen, alright. I am going to...
If anything bad happens, I'm hitting the port and getting the hell out of there.
That wouldn't expect anything else. I leveled up, so I have a 3rd level spell slot with which to cast Sending.
Your Bjornborg is nice.
Is there anyone... Okay, so Lasgar needs to think about someone that she trusts to not try any fuckery, just because Hamza was at one point a... Basically, if there's somebody who believes that recruiting pillar...
Agents,
yeah, like...
associates, pillar affiliated individuals.
people who are trying to get out, if, like, whatever you call that.
Defectors.
Yes, if there's anyone I know of who's high enough up to keep Hamza protected, and who would actually think that this is a good idea.
That would probably be high class.
All right. Pyclas.
He is known as the Tower. He specializes in two things. Very no, not that joke. Not that joke. Not that character either. He specializes in two things mainly. In heavy armor proficiency when it comes to wizards, and just blasting out evocation spells.
Okay.
They are known as a mage slayer. They specifically do that.
All right. And as far as I'm aware,
Yeah.
Pyclas would think that this is a good idea
Yes.
and would be able to explain this to Hemza adequately, that she would be able to make informed consent about whether to... Okay. Pyclas. So I'm going to use sending. Found a pillar defector. Let's see. Please meet. Okay. Found a pillar defector, Hemza. Meet them in Zizan to recruit
And gather intel.
Let's see. I'm at.
Stay cool.
I'm at 14. Let's see. If harm comes to them,
Big trouble.
you'll answer to me. Love you.
I love Velasquez so much.
I'm going to assume that I'm on pretty good terms with them. And
Yeah.
we have a bit of a...
Sending them to work the opposite way, they can say.
Yep, they can send... Yep.
You hear from the other side. Fuck you. Be there.
So I will...
He uses up no other words. That's his entire use.
It's the whole message.
Okay, so I will explain. I will relay this to Hemza. That can I get that name again of this dude?
Yes, Pyclas. It does not belong to anyone. He has no clans of his own.
Oh, maybe that's why we're friends.
Maybe.
My character's mom's the same way. Pyclas.
The tower.
Pyclas the Tower.
Mage Slayer extraordinaire.
I'm writing that.
I'm already in love with this character.
Me too. I hope we meet him.
Pyglass is a beast.
Mage
Kicks
Slayer.
the shit out of mages. Here for two things.
I love Milo so much. Nothing bad should happen to Milo.
See, I think that's kind of the joke here, is that if he had to answer to me, I would probably get just slaughtered.
Yeah.
This dude has a specialty. I mean, to be fair, my specialty is not getting mage slayed. Let's see. Sent.
Strangely enough, not an Eldritch Knight, but a mage wizard, but a war wizard.
Ah, yeah,
To
that'll do
meet
it.
them in Zizan. Okay. I will relay all that to Hemza. I'll send to you in a little bit to see how you're doing, what your decision is, if that's all right.
All right,
All right. Stay safe.
I'll try.
Oh, beat feet, happy
Well.
trails. See ya.
Stay safe or die honorably.
I'll stay safe. And she just like picks up a quiver and picks up the bow, and she just starts walking. She doesn't look back. She just keeps walking.
Hate to see you leave, but I'd love to watch her walk away. All right, let's go.
It's just like, fuck.
Right, so get this up.
What happened after Raveno?
Task had been from... Somebody else has a better recollection of that. It's all kind of a blur for me. But
Oh, I can tell you where I came in.
Sure.
They were trying to get in the temple. You burned down some tents.
Sounds like me.
It's a good plan.
I mean, I don't know what the plan was.
Didn't work very
And
well.
some was it Thieves Guild? No. It was the goblins, the hobgoblins. The hobgoblins are like, "What the fuck's going on?" And they come running, and I thought, "Oh yeah, now's my time." And I baned some of them guys. And that's how we become friends, because I baned them guys. And I wanted in the temple, and then we had a long chat on the steps, kind of too long if you ask me. And then we went in a temple, and we spent a long time trying to figure out what to do with all the shit that you brought with you. You had like the chimera parts. You killed the shit out of that thing. Congratulations. I had nothing to do with that shit. Anyway, so finally we gave the offering, and then we're confronted with these like pedestals, and that was real confusing. We were too fucking stupid to get in the door for a minute, but it turns out that the pedestals were kind of more of a menu, so you can like select your terrain and then select your mark. And there was a fun conversation about, can you pick this lock? But there was no fucking lock, so it's not like you can jimmy a lock when there's no lock. No one
Forward.
Anyway, got in. There was a fucking bear, really big, and we skinned one.
Die
and
bear
then,
and a werebear.
And then I raised it
Werebear.
from the dead, and I used it to help kick the shit out of the werebear.
Oh yeah, you almost
But-
got lycanthropy.
Oh yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Me as
You and
well.
Ruby.
You
Hannigan
You
helped
looked
us out.
really
And
worried
Ruby.
about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like seriously, go better.
Imagine me as a hybrid.
So,
Yeah.
I literally can't.
Yeah, I'm scared.
who has the cloak, by the way?
Ygritte does.
Egret does.
Was it the fur one? Because that.
It's the golden.
The
one,
golden
isn't it?
one, right?
I'm pretty
And
sure I gave that to Aisha.
Oh yeah,
Alright.
Aisha, double fur. I
Do I
forgot.
have it?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're wearing it.
Aisha's got this really good new
So
I
look.
have
it's a
it.
cloak of beast shape or something.
I don't think we figured
you
out.
can turn into a tiger or some shit, but we don't really know yet.
I don't think we figured out who should
It's
be
a
most served by having that, but I think it turns you into an animal.
it's a bear cloak. Why would it?
There's a niche for that.
Why would it turn you into a tiger?
Some people feel like a tiger
Magic.
on the inside.
You take it. You don't have to take. It doesn't have to turn you into what it is.
That doesn't make sense.
Well, neither does putting on a cloak and turning into a bear.
Did I do anything really cool?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
You saved,
Alright,
you
so-
saved an orphanage. It was great. Oh my god.
You.
Aisha's full of
wild
shit.
orphanage.
But no,
Well, you
no.
got scared of the werebear, but then you just.
Ruby's
Oh,
walking.
you
This is
just
taking
tore
way
it
too
down.
I'm
fucking
walking too.
long.
I'm
We
walking.
can-
We're all
we can
walking.
walk and talk. We're doing this on
Bye.
We're walking and
We're
we're talking.
walking.
I don't care.
I
Walking.
bring Strund along with
We're
me.
walking and talking.
We were all
There's no
literally
reason to
walking.
say.
I'm
You
over
can see,
there.
Strun is just like he's just like
Yeah,
he's just
yeah,
he's
you
walking.
Yeah.
Did
overcame
He left
your
his sense of
fear,
fun in the Feywild.
Did I do anything foolish?
chopped into bits.
You did get knocked out. Bit foolish.
Nothing that you haven't done before. Characteristically foolish, I suppose.
Oh yeah, one really cool idea. So it turns out that in the temple it loops around on itself, right? And there were so many bears, and we're like, oh god, what the fuck are we gonna do about all these bears? And you're like, but what if we just run all the way around? So you loop the whole thing, and then we pincered the bears. But there were more bears
It's
than we
pretty
thought there were
cool.
gonna be. But it was still cool.
Sounds unbearable.
Heh.
Pretty much.
Okay, I'm right.
That made
now.
me throw up in my
I'm
mouth
like,
a little
you're
bit.
with
Good
me,
on
you're
you.
not there.
Yeah, I'm not even listening to this. I'm just far
So,
away.
yeah,
We're
so
far
Ruby,
away.
Ruby, Aisha, and Strun are just in front, and they're just talking shit. The
Ruby's
whole
not saying
time.
anything.
Gesticulating wildly in the back.
Aisha tapped into some more weird witchy shit. That was interesting.
Oh, I missed that part.
Narrowly.
You can just see they just keeps on walking.
We can't hear this. We're
Yeah, I
gone.
can't hear them.
We're
Yeah,
gone.
I'm
See?
gone.
That's-
All of us are walking.
Oh, okay.
We're
He
following.
stayed.
Okay,
Yeah,
well,
okay.
I'm zoned
See,
out.
that's
I'm
why
out
his
now.
ass is so tight, huh? He's just got it clenched all the time, real hard to keep that stick in.
If it's okay with you
about
guys, I'm gonna like go for a walk and catch up with you.
What, you want to go faster or slower?
I'll just catch up with you. I just gotta be alone for a few minutes.
Ah, that's the ranger.
Stay within earshot.
Yeah, I won't go further than a mile.
So now we're separated
If
into
you
like
die,
3
I'm gonna
groups.
reanimate your corpse and use it to kill the thing that killed you. Okay, bye.
Okay.
So you're gonna be in the back.
Sure.
Okay.
Sure. I'll lag behind. I'm looking for signs of gnolls.
Okay. So traveling through, you can tell the sand and the grass is kind of tough underneath your feet. You did this check before, minutes previously.
Oh.
See, this is pretty familiar to you. Before leaving to Feywild, you did checks for that.
Okay.
You found, like when you left, a whole bunch of hobgoblin tracks
Right.
headed into the Feywild, and of course your own tracks. Other than that,
So are we heading back to the pond? Is that where we're going, or are we going just headlong into the desert?
I mean,
We're kind of going away from the desert, right?
depends on which side of the river you wish to travel on.
Hmm.
If you travel on the east side, you'll be more in the desert. If you travel on the west side, you'll be more in the grassland. But this is very much a dual landscape type of thing.
so stick to the west. I hate sand. Gets in the hooves.
Hmm. It's coarse.
Gets everywhere.
Yeah, Ruby's going grassland. Getting sand on the side.
I know.
Boy!
I'm just saying. I'm just like I don't know. There's so much
Good
of this.
lord. Okay. So, you guys traveling on the grassland side of the river.
Hmm.
As you guys keep moving through, the air is dry, and every so often you feel a harsh wind coming in from the desert, and it almost like smacks you in the side of the face with its heat. And as you feel a little bit more comforting moving down south, you know that as the sun begins to rise, as does the heat, and a little bit of the sun's rays glare off the side of the river as it begins to rush. It's kind of a slow-moving river, but continues moving. You can see onto the side that there's little bits of orchids that kind of grow out to the side of the lake. You can see even some very colorful snakes that just kind of weave through the grass a little bit.
Fuck.
They seem to be these kind of bright mixtures of orange and black that seemingly encode to and weave through the grass.
Does anybody know anything about snakes?
I think
You notice that
call something.
as they come closer to you, they just kind of roll over your boots, and they just keep on moving. You do notice
Nature
some
check them.
Do you need to get on the
I'll
horse?
nature check them, and that's a failure.
Nope.
What is it?
It's an 8.
They don't seem too interested in humanoids.
I have a monster manual.
Full
You have an
monsters.
infernal monster manual.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Unless it's a
Also,
hell
demon
snake.
snake.
Can I
My
recall?
luck. Oh.
Can I recall any any rhymes red against black? Okay, Jack.
You can
Red
give me,
touching yellow.
you
You're
can
a
give me
dead fellow.
You can give me a basic intelligence check.
Okay. That's a 13.
You can detect that these ones are, if they are poisonous, they certainly seem too interested in you right now.
Doesn't want to bite me right now. Everything's fine. Doesn't want to bite me right now. It's great.
It seems as though the more you are traveling through, the less they are interested in you.
If we don't stop, the snakes won't fuck us up. Let's just keep on.
And there's like one within like 7 feet at all times.
Oh, fuck that. Don't
Must
look
be
down,
mating
Prophet.
season.
Yeah.
I've heard snakes can smell fear.
You're full of shit.
Why did you climb up on the horse? You like that thing.
Currently, the horse is following Ruby with no one on it, so no one's making use of the speed.
I love dead things. I scramble up onto the horse. Protect me from this horse shit. No, comment not
Why did
intended.
it have to be snakes?
Traveling through, it seems mostly fine. You can tell that the river is, although slow moving, you can tell it has these distinct discolorations of clear blue and every so often brown that just kind of mists up and then fades out to the side. It seems just like a dirty river. You'll see like little bits of plants that just like duck out onto the side, some lily pads every so often, but this seems to have a very nice and peaceful atmosphere. Did you notice that there are some flies that begin to just buzz up around you every so often? But as you keep moving, the hills begin to roll. It gets to about 5 hours, just consistent walking. you guys wish to have any more conversations, now would be that time. But
How are we doing for snakes?
they're decreasing. It seems to be.
Oh, it's just you
Like-
and me, Bonesy.
It seems to be like when you guys were walking immediately in Dalvin's Ponds, there was quite a lot. You even saw, while leaving, a large alligator.
But I'm just more. I just don't do this. You can't do snakes. I don't know what it is.
It was really weird because I was listening to that, like Prophet was talking to the voice in the sky. That was
I'm talking to the horse.
okay.
It's Bonesy is my best friend now. Friendship ended with ground. Bonesy is my best friend now. I'm just like gently patting the decaying like neck of this horrible undead horse.
Remember, it's got fire mane. But it doesn't burn.
It doesn't
though.
burn. It's just like nice and toasty. So I'm about it. I don't do. Prophet does not do snakes. The funny thing is, I am not scared of snakes, but it's fun to pretend like I am.
Yeah.
Anyway, how'd you all meet anyway? Just somebody talk to me. I'm really scared.
Good thing you're up on the horse.
You see a snake comes by Struan and he just kicks it right in the side of the head and just like he just moves off to the side. Met them outside Lake Reach.
Oh yeah. What were you doing that way?
Escorting some traders.
Oh,
Really boring.
how's the pay?
Not bad actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where are the traders from?
The one was from Björnborg, and the one was from elsewhere.
Oh yeah.
They were okay.
And then what? From Lake Reach, you just like fuck off to Temple, or
Pretty much.
why were you headed to Temple? Another job there, or
Had a theory.
which was?
Werewolf problems.
And what we learned? No fucking werewolves, huh?
Not wrong.
I didn't see any.
Yes, what did we learn?
Chimeras will fuck you up.
About werewolves.
Wolfred missing. From the temple. Oh. In the temple, there were these statuey things. And when we tried to pick
Oh yeah, the fucking wolf rib.
that,
Cannigan's pissed because someone took their fucking wolf rib.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, we got a job from Cannigan too. Somebody stole some
guessing-
wolf rib. We got to get it back.
Yeah.
I don't know how any other way that a werewolf is made. I mean, I hunt them. I don't do anything else.
Maybe you should read a book, mate.
I mean, like, I know that it's a disease, but these don't seem very
You know, I'm a doctor.
know anything about lycanthropy?
I don't know. Let me think about it. I mean, I know what it looks like, because, like, I can tell if you got it.
Well, yeah.
Do I have it?
You don't got it.
No.
Like you
That
had
was
it
a
for a
test and you
minute, and
passed.
then...
How would you know?
Well, we saw those dead ones.
Anyway, can I make a check to see what I know about lycanthropy?
Sure.
Is that, what kind of check?
That
As a
would-
to know about it as a disease, would that be medicine?
That would be medicine, yeah.
Radical. So that's 15.
So that is normally known as a curse that is affected through saliva. It is known to be a magical ailment, but as far as its origin, it is almost explicitly known to be infectious.
Okay.
Apart from that, it doesn't really come from any type of religious source. It is known to be a communicable infection.
Okay.
But in what the werewolves were described to previously, I don't know if anybody mentioned, this might be in general, that the ones that you have encountered were very different. These ones look like werewolves, behave like werewolves, much bigger and stronger. As far as you can tell as a doctor,
Doctor.
werewolves should be a problem. They shouldn't be this powerful. Like, they all seem to be on the level of, the way that they're describing it, seem to be on the level of Cannigan's Paragon. Like, Cannigan's...
Oh,
yeah,
I get it.
They
All
seem
right.
to be very much stronger.
Okay. Alright, so here's what I'm thinking, is that it's kind of weird that the werewolves we've seen are so beefy. So your Cannigan theory holds a little bit of water, I think. Could have something to do with the rib that was stolen. Don't know who the fuck took it or why. But like usually it's not like demon shit. Like everyone thinks, oh, werewolves is because of the demon shit. It's not the demon-y shit. It's you know, it's like plague. You know, you can just kind of get it, and it just acts. It's not like anyone put it there. I mean, you can put plagues in places, but you know.
What a werewolf one.
Oh, because.
Guess that's what we have to find out.
Well, I mean, werewolves are useful. Plague just makes you dead, so you can take the resources from a place, but somebody wants soldiers or operatives of some kind.
Soldiers would check out with the dead ones we found. They were armored in strange armors.
And so what's your beef with the werewolves?
They took over my home.
Oh, fuck. So the infiltrator soldier theory is pretty good.
Yeah.
Alright. Sucks.
The rest of us met in a vampire's mansion.
What?
We were all investigating it. We got taken prisoner. We escaped.
You guys got taken prisoner.
Vampire lord, whatever.
And I remember breaking everyone else out.
Yes.
So you're welcome.
And our old friend Ravino, together with Egrith, sprung us out of there. And then from there we, the lord of the house, I suppose. We thought he killed himself by exposing himself to sunlight. Turns out not so much. Seems to be...
A dickhead.
You know about death touch? It's like the opposite of that.
Oh, you mean like Fae touch?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah?
That's kind of funny because we were just there.
How much do you know about that?
How much do I know about
That's
that?
going to be a disadvantage. That's a very specific thing.
What's the check?
That is going to be a flat intelligence.
17.
Disadvantage?
Yeah, I rolled a 17 and an 18, boss. Let's go.
So what you know about that is that it is actually a backdrop from when, from the Circle of Existence in Fading Rift. So basically what happens is that for a long time there was kind of no consequences for somebody's actions that they did during life. They will be repurposed into something else at the end. Their soul will be destroyed and then reused. What Fae touched or death touched is essentially when the Whelms were created, when Runel and Begawil kind of wanted to get this structural change in how people behaved. So in order to... So that if your soul just faced annihilation, there's no reason to be good. There's no punishments or reward systems for a life well led. And that's a lot what Velshik had to fight for during that time. Was that if Velshik was just like, look, if your life is... if annihilation is just coming in meaningless, then you might as well just keep on living. There's no reason to bend the knee to death. So, essentially what this was an accounting error.
I describe it as such.
Sometimes, when they die, they don't go to the wheel, they don't go to heaven, they don't go to hell. They simply pop up in either Yahweh's domain, which is the Feywilds, or Shadowfell, which is Velshik's domain.
Ah, that would explain my role in a weird way.
This is an accounting problem.
Yeah. So basically, it's like weird money, right? You're like, where the fuck did this silver come from? And it kind of ends up like either in the couch cushions or under the couch, right? So like in the couch cushions, when you reach inside, it's kind of nasty. That's like what death touched is, because like that whole Shadowfell thing, kind of like cool, but kind of gross. You know, like the things I do.
Weird.
Or under the couch, which is like Feywild, kind of nice. What time of day is it? We don't know. We're under the couch.
Alright.
Yeah. So that's what I got.
Put things in perspective, but... Yeah, so this fella Delim, bad news.
Yeah. Under the couch.
He's one of them. He's under the couch.
Come up out of the couch.
Came out from under the couch and almost killed Ruby.
Oh yeah. I guess he didn't want to go.
So that's that. That's how we met. And we got a...
I think
I
he
don't know.
hates my guts.
How you doing over there, Charlie?
I'm drawing I'm drawing things. I'm gonna take a snap for Instagram.
Yeah, we will do it.
No, I've heard everything.
Yeah,
It's,
cool,
it's
we're good.
unusual though because this Naldrig pillar, the one who's trying to collect these black star fragments for
Yeah, I know
God
about the
knows
guy.
what, seems to be associated with Delim, but Delim doesn't seem to care about these shards. Delim doesn't seem to care about the black star.
Well, what's
At
he
all,
got
really.
that makes him not scared at?
And Delim's got a white star, I guess.
What the fuck?
Yeah, that's how he got Fey touched, I think.
I mean, I don't know dick about how you become Fey touched. It's like
I guess
if there
when-
was a way to like make that accountant error happen, right? You just like fuck up the accountant, I guess.
Well, that seems to be what these stars do.
That's nifty.
So essentially, we're trying to stop Naldrig from completing a black star.
Step 1 complete. We got 1. I mean, if somebody eats it or breaks it,
I suppose you could just fuck off into another realm now, really, but I don't want to leave a job unfinished.
yeah,
Plus,
alright.
I wouldn't mind getting.
Are we
my
there
hands
yet?
On a black
We should probably
star.
set up
Yeah,
camp
we
soon.
should, please.
We've walked far enough.
As you guys are you guys setting up camp in just the middle of the road, or?
No, I would scout out a decent.
Yeah.
Like,
Do
tucked
we
away place.
know how far approximately we are away from Capissa at this point?
From this out? About a day and a half.
Okay,
Uh,
so we should probably make camp now.
well, you guys were walking for 5 hours, which is fine. At that time, when you guys begin to roll over some hills, you can see this one mound. And as you guys continue to climb up it on the side, and the river kind of bends up and then bends down, you come across this one ridge, and you can see this huge tree trunk in the distance, huge and massive, flowing several hundreds of meters into the sky almost, as it kind of bends down and covers the entirety of the space. You look at it from a distance, and this tree trunk must be at least a half a kilometer thick. And as it begins to wrap around, you can tell the tree bark is, even from this far away, you can tell that the tree trunk is blackened and mixed around these huge tree trunks, creating a large reprieve as the large leaves just kind of hang over the side of it in the distance. It dominates the horizon off to the side. Like, it is huge, it is massive, and you can see where the sun rays stop underneath it. And the shadow that it casts underneath.
I
Good
think
point of
Ingrid,
vantage.
good place to camp.
Does anyone know what that is?
You would know what that is. You can give me a religion check, please. With advantage,
not.
because you're a gnoll.
Can
Right.
I? Alright, whatever.
I'm not proficient in religion.
Wait,
but
hold on,
okay.
hold on. You have a 19 because Shoal's gonna use his portent.
That's unnecessary because I rolled a 19.
Okay,
So, you would know this absolutely
you already
immediately.
rolled it.
You can identify it as an Allmother tree. There are 3 that exist, and they are almost all in the crossings between Elidrat's Waste and the Grasslands. And they kind of represent Allmother, which is a paragon of motherhood that has to do with motherhood and parenting and nurturing. As you proceed to get further, you will know all the things, but you got something that you can present.
Yeah, I would totally share that.
It is represented as it has something to do strongly with Gnollish culture. It is one of the first paragons or any form of religious deities that the Gnolls, on the transfer over from the Abyss, grappled onto immediately. It is extremely popular with Gnoll culture. It's important for parenting, nurture, nature. Allmother is even represented as a Gnoll.
Can I roll just to see if I've read anything about it before?
Sure.
Would that
I
be?
mean, they're huge and they're massive in the 3.
yeah.
So you can do a roll.
Is it religion?
Yes.
Okay. See if I've read. That is a 21. No, that is a 18.
You know that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I've read about it too.
We should go to there.
Mm.
Maybe I can get a message to my wife.
Alright.
Seems, I mean, I suppose they're associated with the All-Mother for a reason.
Friendly tree.
Most likely.
Hopefully not fucking full of snakes. Yeah.
Ooh,
Says
tree
you-
snakes. They're much worse than grass snakes. They're larger, the fangs are twice the size. It's
As
horrible.
You're fucking with me, and I don't like it.
As you begin to go further, you get closer and closer into it, and you can tell that this thing must be several hundreds of meters tall, humongous base. You can see its tendrils kind of like go higher and then dig back into the ground. You can see that there's a large bit of roots that the system, some of these tendrils are as large as you are tall and thick, and it just weaves down into the ground, almost all of it dipping into the river. And you can tell that right around where this tree's roots dip in, the river gets noticeably shrinking. The roots kind of dip out over it, creating a small little bridge that extends across. And as you get closer, you both know what's coming, but I'll explain it to the rest. There's a large kind of ring that extends out for the first several hundred feet around the Allmother tree. It seems to be almost this gray ashy material. It looks almost, and it has the consistency of powder or powdered flour. It attaches to the skin very, very well. You can see it. It's got a little bit of black and a little bit of just detritus from the tree bark that's beginning to extend around. You two would know this from your religion checks. In terms of Nolish culture, the Allmother is a place for protection. This is why it extends all the way around these shadows. But with Nolish culture, there also comes the possibility that you might be a parent only for a temporary amount of time. And when many come to the tree bark itself, in order to represent those they've lost, especially children, they would press their hand into the ash, and they would press it into the tree bark to kind of represent this loss. As you all get closer to it, you can see thousands, hundreds of thousands of different hands pressed into the wood along the side. Mostly Nolish paws. Some humanoid figures, but not a lot. As you're walking up, you can see on the other side, just past this mound, you can see about like 100 kilometers away as you guys get close. 100 kilometers away. As you guys get up and throw yourself under the shade, these two little mounds, you can see on one side there's like 3 goblins that are several hundred feet away, and they're just like bickering towards each other onto the side. And you can see one caravan just down the way, with being driven by 2 huge beetle-like bugs that are hanging on this large caravan. A human brushing down the beetle, as well as a half-orc and a red dragonborn.
Holy fuck.
So does anybody explain the ash circle?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Which one of us? Probably
Alright, cool.
you'd know more about it, I think.
To mourn the loss of a child, you leaves a mark.
Oh yeah. Neat. Slightly menacing music. Scary grief. Yeah, alright. Cool. Are we setting up camp?
I have a few paw prints up there. Yes, we should be safe here.
Alright. Set up.
Feels this nice little calming area. Large reprieve from the sun. It's cooler. You can see little bits of grass and flowers that have grown on the side. The grass is very comfortable to lie and stand in. Very little bugs around.
No
It seems kind of like this nice little reprieve. As far as you can tell, between the harsh wasteland outside, the protection that this tree gives is homely and lovely.
Can I see if if there's any like symbols that these goblins have that I recognize at all?
Sure.
Is it I'll use the 19 for that because you need the 19. So I'll use the 19 to try to. What kind of check would that be? Just basic intelligence, history?
That'll be, for these guys, that would be in history.
Okay.
And it's very distinct.
So history, the 19 brings me to a 26.
Okay, so you see them from the distance, and just like with your hawk eyes, you just kind of look forward and you see a very, very striking red, just solid rectangle off one of their pauldrons on their shoulder. And you identify it as a very obscure goblinoid sigil of a specific clan that lives in the hillsides, way further west in Eldrat's Waste, like in the rolling hills where there's huge rocks and fire giants live. These little goblinoids are known as red slabs, and they are known to be commercial traders that exist in the kind of hills, and they are known to be primarily non-violent across the drought snow waste. They are given a fair amount of trading, and usually they carry. They're merchants. They do not, however, deal in gold.
If we need a resupply.
What do they deal in then?
They do deal in silver.
Right.
If anybody needs a resupply, it might behoove us to
What do they have?
reach out to those folks over there. They're particularly known as non-violent merchants and trader types. Don't really like gold, they like silver though.
Silver.
I don't got that, but I got the citron.
I don't think that's what that's for.
Yeah.
The dealing
Might trade.
the dealing with that, because you guys got such a high roll, is that they were relatively insulated for a lot of the histories that are around there. So when people say gold is more valuable, they just don't. Like they
don't
have
care.
huge silver mines and huge silver quarries. There's no reason for them to say that for any reason that gold is more valuable than silver, because they have all the silver.
Okay.
I'll do business with them before they go.
I don't need to do any shopping.
Let's see if I don't have. I have 18 copper. I don't have any money.
I
Guys are broke as fuck.
I have 920 copper pieces, which is like I have no idea.
Nine.
like
Like 9 gold.
Not 9.
and like,
Is it?
I have
I
a
don't
bag of
remember the
gems
ratios.
Still,
It's like
Because
10.
before this, I played a character who doesn't care about
Yeah.
money, and now I have to pay attention.
a silver ring.
It's like 10 per level, I think.
Yeah, it's like 10 per level.
Like 10 gold and a platinum, 10 silver and a gold, 10 copper and a silver. So copper's a penny, basically.
I have some gemstones from Lake Reach, but I don't know how much they are.
Well, does anybody need anything? You got strong need for...
Some silver arrows would make me feel a lot more comfortable.
Oh, alright. Well, why don't you all go do that, and I'm gonna...
Start setting up camp?
Yeah.
I'm gonna
gonna
go
do that.
towards the tree.
Oh my god. I'm gonna go that way, away from everyone, just like build a little nest or whatever. with
A
my shit.
nest.
Yeah, all my shit's out. I'm just like.
I'm grabbing
I'm
tumbleweeds
sleeping.
and putting them
I'm already.
together.
My hair's down. I'm already just like, fuck this. I'm just so tired.
Right
The
idea.
Feywild has taken a hold of me.
Yeah, we did immediately after that march for another 5 hours. So please collect yourself.
Yeah, and I don't need anything at the merchant place.
Do you need some jerky?
I wonder if they'd have a
I have seeds.
better map of the area since we lost our old one.
Your nasty nut.
Yeah, I'm an nasty nut. My peach seed.
Oh yeah, you're nasty nuts.
Still with me.
I'm amazed that you still have that.
Out of all the things that we remember, I'm glad that we remember that nasty fucking nut.
Also the pincer from the carrion crawler.
What have you not collected?
Jerky now. It's hard.
It's really bad. Okay, so Ruby, as you continue to go up, you kind of see this long ring, and as you just slowly start to get up more and more, there's this large kind of like drop off into the ash, and I imagine you just stop just
Yeah.
stop just short of that. As soon as you look out, you can see like this brightly black covered tree trunk. Seems heavy.
I guess I'll look around at the ash. The ash is from the tree?
You don't know.
Yeah. Because I heard the significance of it. So, is there look like there's a pathway through, or are you just supposed to walk up? Well, like, I feel like it's like, let me just smush through this ash.
You're supposed to walk up.
Okay, I
But
guess
Ruby,
yeah.
this is for children.
I think I
As a
missed
paladin,
that part.
as a paladin, you would know that.
Okay.
We talked about it.
Yeah, we did talk about, I guess it is, you said usually for children.
No, it's
Okay.
it's definitely for children.
It's only children?
It's like,
Okay.
it's dead children
It's motherhood.
Okay.
or parenthood.
Yeah,
I
motherhood,
guess.
parenthood, that type of thing.
Alright, where's the other people located?
There's just one to the right side of the tree, which is 3 goblins,
Yeah.
and then you can see the small caravan off to the side with a red dragonborn sitting down. He's got it's kind of blanket cloaked over his hands. You can see a half orc just to the side of it instead of him talking to him, and you can see the
Well, I'm not gonna disturb them then because they're by the tree.
Yeah.
They could be doing something emotional, so I'm gonna go to the caravan.
Okay. You go over to the caravan. You can see a red dragonborn on the ground. He's got like this a little bit more prettier red armor that you've seen before. It's extremely pristine. He just kind of sits down and he lays, and he looks over at you. And the moment that he sees you walking down to the side, he like locks eyes with you and gives you like this very serious look. And he looks over the half-orc. And the half-orc, there's just like in these kind of like cloven bandages. He has his hands wrapped up. He's on to the side. He has like this kind of white clothy material that kind of drapes down to the side of him. He's got like long black hair that's tied in the back. He's got multiple scars along his shoulder. He looks particularly tough, but clean shaven. And as the red dragonborn looks over at you, the half-orc turns around and meets you before that human looks up at you for a second and just keeps on tending the beetles off at the side. And he's like, "Hello, can I help you?"
Just thought I'd come introduce myself. I'm Rubalux the Red, and you are. I'm sorry.
It's for the mic. It makes it quick.
"My name is DeBark." He goes over and he shakes your hand.
All right.
You can see that as you shake his hand, his hands like they just feel rough and
Okay.
just really well tended to. Even the bandages are thick.
And this is the half-orc?
Yeah. So what brings you out this far?
We're heading towards. Oh God. We're heading towards Capisa.
Oh. Crazy. We are headed towards Bad Bog's Maw.
Ah, I see. Did you come from Capisa?
Oh. No.
Do you have any information on anything over there? Anything I should know?
He looks over at the red dragonborn behind you and
Yeah.
he's like, "You should stay away from there."
And why is that?
He just kind of gives you this blank stare
Mm-hmm.
as he takes you by the shoulder, and he just like escorts you away. And he's like, I take it that you are not you're not from here."
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair. So, usually what happens is that when they have a red dragonborn around there, they like to, beat them up. There's a lot of blue dragonborn in that area. They don't like red dragonborn at all.
I see.
It's not anything specific, but they are ignorant and they don't know. And to you, it's difficult and weird because the world is fucked up and I don't know what to say about it. But one thing that I would give, if I was going to give a little bit of advice, is don't care about them, stay safe. And he just pats you on the shoulder and he guides you away.
Okay. I didn't get to talk to a red dragonborn.
Yeah, the red
Oh.
dragonborn is still like looking back at you and giving a very serious look.
Like a
I'll
stink
just give him a friendly nod.
Give me an insight if you want.
Okay.
It's not
fuck.
good.
It's not good. It was my insight, but at least my bonus makes it a 10.
A 10?
Yeah.
Serious concern.
Serious concern.
Like, serious discomfort.
Okay. So
Like the fact that you're around and he's here and he's staying put is very upsetting to him.
Yeah, I'm really too stupid to think about this. He's just gonna nod at him and go back to the group.
Are you guys silver merchants?
Did you come up?
Yeah, I'll come up now.
You can see as the half-orc just escorts
I'm
you
gonna,
away.
but as I pass you, I'm gonna say, don't mention Capissa.
Are you approaching the merchant?
Yes.
Well, I'd go too.
This is not the merchants. These are the caravanners.
Oh, I
That's
thought
who.
they
Yeah.
were the same person. Okay.
No.
The traders are goblins.
Traders are goblins.
Oh, I missed that. Sorry.
Okay.
I got camp set up.
Are you approaching them?
Yeah, I'll go to the goblins.
Red
peddling silver.
slams.
Okay.
I'll call it to them.
You can see as the three goblins goes up, one of them begins to run into your direction before another Goblin goes to the side and just like pushes him to the ground before he just runs towards you instead.
Oh, okay there.
It's like,
I was trying. They're so cute.
Sure.
you, Hyenakin, you would not like some things to have, would you?
What?
Something to trade, and he just
Yes.
like, he just like backhands you on
Hey.
the side of the knee. He's like, to trade.
Pause to yourself. Yes, trade.
Trade. What would you like?
Do you have?
I have a whole bunch. You can see the other one just comes up behind him and just looks at him and just like rubs on their knee before they begin to waddle back to their other friend that's there. It's like,
Why don't you all tell us what you have?
well,
Let's see if we can make a deal.
I have a little, and he goes and he looks behind him to the other goblins that are there, and you can see the other one just like sits down and puts both of his knees up and just like. And the other one comes by with his side with this kind of large treasure chest, and he kind of comes over immediately. He puts in front of you, opens the treasure chest, and you can see like, this like compartment, and just kind of unfold out immediately. You can see these large collections of goblin-made rings. You can see one on the bottom end that look like a hyena hides. You can see this kind of very ornate ring. It looks very peculiar. You can see this large medallion inside. You can see a large wand in it. It's kind of got this almost silky residue. Three scrolls to the side, as well as 3 healing potions lining on the top side of the treasure.
These are trinkets. Do you have any weapons?
This is a weapon. And he pulls out the wand immediately and he goes, aha!
I do not need a stick.
What's it do?
It casts spiders at them.
Goblin so much.
Spiders, you say?
Spiders.
Tell me about these spiders.
They come out and they lay large webs off to the side.
Sounds useful, actually.
Do you
To
have
what,
any,
to what end?
It traps them and it makes them slower, faster to get away.
Now, I will admit that I'm a little bit low on silver at the moment.
Much more destructive, eh?
I've got these stones. I'll show them.
Stones,
I got 4 of the citron.
Okay, those I think remember go for 50.
Yeah, 50 gold, I think.
Yeah, 50 gold, please.
Are you interested
And,
in trading for these?
And he begins to look over, and you can tell he's biting on like the bottom end of his lip. And he's like, and then you can tell a tiny bit of droplet of blood just comes down. He's like, "It is a deal."
With about 500 silver each.
Yeah, but it's not silver.
That's just true. So I'm willing to take a little bit.
Almost
of a loss, I
worthless.
suppose. So why don't you tell me about everything you have here, and how many of these you might be willing to trade for each of them.
Okay, you want the real rundown, alright? Okay, so this 3 healing potions, very good price. I'll give you 1 for each of stone. We also have these scrolls. And he takes that one to the side and he gives you 3 different scrolls. He's like, this one shocks people. Like, grab your hand, shock you.
No, I can do that without a scroll.
You have this one puts them to sleep, so you can just leave. And this one makes a roaring ball of fire that remains for a while. It burns real hot.
You can, if it would destroy a scroll to do so, but you can learn a spell from a scroll, right? Okay.
And he's like, this is a spider wand. This medallion. And he goes up and he tries to like Vanna White it, but his hands are disgusting. And he like tries to like pull it up, and you can see this kind of golden tie. He's like, this medallion will tell you exactly what others are thinking. I use it, but it's unfair for business.
Well, you got to use every edge you can get.
And these are the finest made goblin rings. We make them from spare little bits of branches and wire and bone that we find around. Very, very good. You can get 4 rings for 1 jewel.
Do you have any silver arrowheads?
Do not admit no.
No, it's not. You don't have the little.
No.
Okay, bye.
So how many? Okay, so these scrolls.
Thought they would be better for business.
Oh,
Not all
but
of us
let me
are.
know if you need any money.
Well, I'm going to take a look. So Health potions you're willing to give one for a stone.
What's
Who has
hanging?
the rest of the stones?
Which stones?
These. It's
I-
the citrons.
I have 2.
Maybe you don't remember when we got them. I've got some of my companions have more of these. So health potions, 1 each, and this spider wand.
I also have this ring.
And as you look up the ring, you, being a hobgoblin, I want you to roll a knowledge history
Okay.
on this ring.
Ooh, that's not great. That's 14.
This ring's drow.
Oh. What does it do?
Looks up and he's like,
This made me jump 20 feet once.
It actually sounds quite helpful.
I
Where'd you
was
get
the
that?
tallest that day.
Where'd you get that one?
Found it
Where?
by myself on the road.
Above ground road or below ground road?
Above ground.
So you just found a drow trinket
I know.
on the road.
Wait, it's drow? No, yeah, it is.
Of course you knew that already.
Oh,
but-
yep. Discerning
Um,
buyer.
So, how many... Okay, these scrolls, how many stones each?
for scrolls.
Mm.
The one that's electrifying. 3 stones for that one. Same with the one that puts people to sleep, and the ball of fire one. That one would be 7 stones.
7. I wonder if we can put that many together. It would be very helpful for me to know.
Good deal. Won't find it anywhere else here.
And how
and
many...
you look around, you just see like, you can see like, there's nothing but desolate wasteland around.
And how many for the wand?
Wand? That would be about. How many of those you got?
Not sure.
Wand
have to-
very expensive.
Do you happen to know, does it, like, can you use it again every day? Or does it run out eventually? And
I don't know. It goes for infinite. But it's you 3 times per day maximum.
how many, do you have any of these?
I don't think so.
Someone else has another 2. I know
Aisha
that.
does.
I only have a wand, like Finnegan's Shame or whatever.
No, the citrons.
No, the citron.
stones.
Oh, I have a citron gem, just one.
Just one? Okay.
Yeah.
So, it sounds like...
Because there were 8 total. I remember this.
You guys might also have other items for trade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
That heavily depends on y'all.
the gems specifically... Are we ever going to need to contact Vale again?
Isn't that new guy like the Thieves Guild?
Not a guy.
Right, sorry.
I don't think so. They were, but I don't think anymore. Well, I believe I believe we have about 8 of these stones. I do really like this dagger though. I've got some darts that...
What good is darts?
Oh, they're very good darts, and I show them. We killed a werebear with these.
Like in the face? A bunch of them?
Well,
Did you
they...
have a beard of those?
You've got to be very careful with these. They are quite poisonous.
What's in them?
Some sort of toxin that induces paralysis.
How many of them you got?
It's a lot. I've got 5 of them.
I'll take out 5.
In exchange for...
Shoot that one.
And you can see the hobgoblin that he pushed over behind her.
What are you going to give me for them?
I'll give you. Healing potions. And a sleepy scroll.
Alright. It's a deal.
Shoot him.
Me?
Shoot him.
Why should...
What does it
So you get 4 of them, and one of them goes into your friend there.
Yeah.
What are you going to do when your friend is paralyzed?
Dangerous fun. Oh.
Let's see.
That's a pretty good reason.
Are you better at throwing these than I am?
There's
Those are simple weapons, so you're definitely
This is gonna
proficient.
turn out.
I just have to throw it, right?
Can
That's
I
not so
see
bad.
this from
What's
where
your
I'm
dex?
at? Like, I'm
pretty
setting
good.
up like tents
dex
or
is
whatever.
six.
I can see this
It's
Okay,
going
then it's
down.
way better. Would you like to do the
But
honors?
not
Yeah,
really. You
I
can't
don't have
really
any. I
hear
don't
it.
know what's going on, but you know when someone's about to do a nonsense and you get like that little tingle.
Fuck
It's kinda,
it. I think it'll make me laugh too.
There are +2 darts, by the way.
Oh, it's a dart?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Just don't kill him.
You can choose. You can choose. You can choose.
Not with ranged attacks.
That was rage
Oh
attacks.
no!
Can you choose to take minimum damage?
Yes, you can choose to do minimum.
God.
It's a natural 10 on the dice. I don't know what it would be.
They're plus
My
two.
dex is
Dex.
+4.
Dex, yeah.
Plus proficiency, plus...
Am I proficient in darts?
Yeah, they're simple weapons.
Okay, so that's +7. 17.
The goblin looks around for a second. You hit him right in the kidney.
Got him.
Oh my god.
Natural 1.
Oh
He just goes, "What you did?" And just falls down flat, like hands like this, as his eyes just like dart over, and his friend is like, "Brilliant!" And he just gives you he gives you the sleepy scroll and the potions.
All 3 of them.
All 3 of them.
Amazing.
So, which kind of healing potions are these?
These are standard.
Standard potion of healing? Okay, so I'm going to make sure it goes down.
Useful, very useful.
Potion of healing times 3.
Yep.
Scroll of sleep. Now, that's what's quite funny, actually.
You can see his friend behind him is like kicking him in the shins, and his friend can't do anything.
I
Now,
will wear off eventually.
is
Right?
the... yeah, actually.
How long?
Didn't last on the web permanently. So,
It'll be fine.
His friend is behind him as he's getting out, like the tiniest little bit of hair this hobgoblin does have. His friend just like takes out scissors and he's just like going on.
oh, goodness. Oh, what have we done?
I'm glad I'm
This is also the same
doing
hobgoblin that
this.
he pushed down and rushing to get you.
Oh. Alright. So, would you be willing to part with this wand now that we're friends?
Business.
For business friends. Business friends, is that a thing?
Yeah, I think so.
I think
I
the
think so,
correct
right.
term is associates.
Business associates. Now that we are associates, would you be willing to part with the wand for 8 of these stones? And whatever. I know you don't like gold as much, but certain other people around here, and I look toward the caravan, probably give a good price on silver for gold.
Give me a persuasion check, please.
Diplomacy.
Please, I'm a diplomat! I'm a diplomat!
Diplomacy is a waste of time.
That's a 9.
It's a 9. And you see him, he's like, no.
Oof.
Alright, so, with the understanding that that caravan over there would probably give you a good price, if
Don't know them.
you gave them gold, they'd probably give you some silver.
I don't know them.
All 8 of these, or at least
Give me something else. What else you got?
all of these, I don't, not too much. I've got these potions. Do you know what they do? 2 of them are blue and one of them's purple. I don't know what they do.
And he just takes one immediately, throws it back to his friend. It's like, and he says it in Goblin.
What does it do?
And you can see his friend just like, "Ugh." He picks it up and he begins to look through it. The blue one. Oh boy.
We do have some gold as well.
The blue one is. What's that? I have to now look through my files.
Potions.
Motions. Oh yes. Got it. That was
Uh-oh.
It was a potion of climbing.
Oh.
It's better at climbing. And as his friend goes over, he's like, makes you climb real good. And he's like, shut up, throw it back. And he just like throws it and he catches it immediately. He's like, makes you climb real good.
Is that of use to you? Sure, you
Yes.
don't quite a problem with those.
He just drops it immediately back in his pocket. He's like, 8 stones.
Do you know what this purple one does? Am I giving him both of the potions?
That one's gonna cost you. I did this one for free.
Alright. Can identify work on potions?
Yes, you can.
Shoal! Shoal comes toddling up.
Sure.
And he's gonna cast identify on the purple potion.
Sure.
I appreciate you telling me what the other one does, but I can handle it.
So as you look over the other one, it is a potion of invisibility.
Hoo-hoo.
Ooh.
So, seems there's a lot of trouble the little goblin could get into with a potion of invisibility.
Invisibility does no good for selling things.
Alright. So
You got your wand.
what's the trade? To both potions of climbing, or one potion of climbing? And
You just took the one.
okay,
He's like, this?
8 stones.
alright. Alright, I've got 4. Hey, who's got those citron? I'm getting us a good wand.
Aisha's like dead
What
asleep.
what type of wand?
Makes spiders.
The night shadow's napping, so I can pick her pockets if you want.
Why
Let's
would
get
I let you buy something that
7
brings
of them.
spiders around?
They capture enemies. They make webs. It sounds quite useful.
No.
Well, give me the citron. Oh. Okay. Let me see. How many? Do you have any of them?
I don't think I do.
Who's got these things?
Just me and Aisha.
Ruby, give me a citron, please. I want to make spiders.
No! I don't like spiders.
Help me make spiders.
I don't
I won't
like
make them
spiders!
with
I don't think you like spiders.
you. All right. Well, my companions are being less than cooperative.
Don't worry, I got you covered.
How much gold you got?
I got an idea.
Like 150.
That sounds
So,
Like 200
It'll
coppers.
be easy.
what about? So how about gold? You find some rubes like them that don't know the value of silver, they'll give you about 10 silver for a piece of gold.
Fine.
So,
100 gold.
would you knock down to 50 if I give you the second potion of climbing?
And how many stones?
I've got 4 of them on me right now.
I'll take it.
Alright, 4 stones. 50 gold,
Stones, 50 gold.
2 potions of climbing,
potions of climbing.
and I got a cool spider wand. So I have not any citron remaining. Thank you, Egress. Going to make good use of this. Okay.
All my equipment is in different places. It's very strange.
What is the wand called?
It's called the Wand of the Web.
Wand of the Web.
That is in the DMG. But this one is
Yeah.
a specific flavor text that creates
Ooh.
spiders. That then create wands.
Wand
Because that
of
is the thing
web.
that goblins would prize.
I have a potion of invisibility. Sure is. I'm excited. God, there's so many eyes in the word invisibility.
It's also particularly nasty to combine with fire spells, just so you know.
Ooh.
It's particularly nasty because they take burning while in the web.
Anyone know if Aisha's birthday's coming up?
I'd ask, but she's dead ass asleep.
Alright.
It's cute, really.
I'm going to bed.
Yeah.
I'm gonna create another nest with Shoal.
I'm gonna wait till everyone is sleeping.
I'm gonna make some
I mean, I'm
makeup.
assuming what. Alright.
So it's too
So-
sun. It's still daytime.
It's probably evening right now, and the sun just kind of dips behind the All-Mother tree for a second, and most people just take shelter just behind the trunk.
Egress, do you think we need to sleep in shifts here?
Probably not. river's pretty good to take a bath in.
Oh, I could use one of those.
And this site is kind of like
It's my magic fluid.
it's kind of like a site to respect. So like it might be good to just walk around to the trunk and sort of be mindful about the other people.
All right.
I would do both of those things before bed. Bathe in the river and walk around the tree.
Okay.
And I might even climb it, depending on how I feel.
I'm bathing with
Climbing it
prestidigitation.
would be disrespectful, but you do.
How long would it take to walk all the way around the tree?
I wouldn't climb
Oh, that would be that would be a good half an hour walk.
Okay.
Like
So I'm
walk
gonna
all the way around it. Yeah.
clean with prestidigitation. I'm gonna take a walk around the tree.
Fucking tree.
It's a huge tree.
That's our one.
There's only 3 of them in the Fading Rift. Period.
And then I will.
No
go-
more swearing
Half a
allowed.
kilometer
Okay.
across
Yeah.
the tree.
So I'm bathing with prestidigitation, and then I'm going to walk around the tree, and then I'm going to go to sleep.
Like
and we're taking long
different
rests.
plants grow underneath this thing,
Long rest.
which is bananas.
Extra large tree.
Extra large.
I will find a
It's
pool
thick.
formed of roots with just enough water in it to splash around in. It's not muddy or ashy.
Yeah. Smells nice.
Clean my
Smells clean.
wounds.
It seems as though the roots create a natural filtration system.
I do want to find a safe place. See if it's a safe place to test out this wand, though.
Okay.
Is
You can
there?
see just below when the sun is starting to set. It turns out this lovely horizon like this, this cascade of colors across the sky. It's quite beautiful, and you can just see in the shades of the roots in the trees, these tiny little fireflies just begin to rise up. And you can take a glance just over to the left. You can see a small little patch, some filled with some hairs.
Right.
Seems like a nice little place.
Okay. I do it.
All right. So, for this wand of the web, you're going to learn a couple things about it. Number 1, it has a DC 13 escape check. So get out of it.
Not my spell save DC.
It is a specific wand. So, as you do that, are you aiming for hairs or are you aiming for anything in particular?
Oh my god.
Shoal, do you want to get caught in some webs?
It's up for you.
That's such a goblin thing to do.
He goes, for science! I'll do it to Shoal.
Okay. Have him roll.
Oh god.
It's a dex check.
Well, he makes it, I think.
That little one is probably
Just makes
good.
it.
He's got 16 dex, so that's like a 14.
Yeah,
So he
just
just makes it.
Ah!
yeah, just barely makes it. This like large 20-foot web bounces out from the side as large, almost like dinner plate-like spiders, just like, and just create it very, very quickly as they begin to weave this web around him. And he's just like, ah! And he just jumps out the side of the air before he gets a chance to finish, and he just sets some plants immediately just get smushed down with the web, and it is extremely sticky.
That's disgusting.
Yeah.
I love it. So it's a 20-foot radius, 20-foot cube.
I believe it is a 20-foot radius.
It's really
20-foot cube. My apologies.
Okay. And is the point of origin the casting, or?
We're the same as fireball. So yeah.
Okay. So,
So you
point
choose a
that you
specific point
choose.
within 60 feet.
okay, and then the cube.
Yep. The cube just appears.
horrifying.
60 foot. Oh, Aisha's going to love this. 60 foot range. 20 foot cube.
Yeah, duration is, crazily enough, 1 hour.
And it's an action to cast.
Yes. Lasts for
I can
an
find
hour.
most of this later.
It's a lot of spiders.
1 hour duration.
You can see even as it's casting, like small little spiders are still in the web and like just continually repairing it. It's quite crazy.
So the web just like keeps restoring it. So even
What
if you
happens
destroy
when you
it,
try to walk through it?
is it difficult terrain?
Creatures that enters it during its first turn must make a dexterity saving throw. On a failed save, a creature is restrained for as long as it remains in the web or until it breaks free.
Neat.
And does it get like more checks to break? What's the check to break free?
So when you first get through, it's a dexterity saving throw. When you get stuck, it's a strength saving throw.
Okay. Cool.
Particularly mean for those who are not so into bodily protection. Like against a mage, it would really
Casters hate
suck.
it.
Yeah. Casters hate it. There's got to be a better way.
All right, that's exciting.
Casters hate him.
All right,
Dermatologists hate him.
so let's go to bed.
Okay.
Can I end the spell early?
Yeah, totally.
like, it just
in
dissipates
charge
the
of the
webs?
spell, yeah, it just dissipates the webs entirely. The spiders just get away from the web and just crawl into the grass.
Oh, jeez. Does it does it appear to bring spiders from the area, or does it create new spiders that are
It's new spiders.
Oh, jeez. Do I know how long the spiders last?
Nope.
Are they just?
As far as you know, they might just appear.
They may just be here now.
I hope they're not an invasive species.
If so, it's too late now.
The damage is done.
Well, alright, I'll look forward to using this later. Alright, long rest.
Cool. So now that everybody's turned in, I'm gonna go and put an ashy handprint on the tree. Yeah. I do that. Then I go to bed.
Okay, so you're gonna go up to a tree.
I get ash on my hand like you're supposed to, and I put an ashy handprint on the tree.
Okay.
Yeah.
For GM purposes, I have to know whether or not it's legit.
It's legit.
The moment that you press a hand into the side of the tree trunk, your hand begins to glow as it puts on the side, and then all the other hands begin to go.
Oh, fuck me.
Begin to grow entirely as it's faint,
I use my tiefling ability to become invisible.
Yeah, that's fine. But as that happens, all the handprints along the tree edge just glow with this white light for just a second. It's pleasant. And it's healing. So if any of you were damaged, you're fine now.
Cool. But I just kind of out
Yeah.
of existence as soon as that happened.
Before the prophet's hand just goes that, and you're just like, oh, fuck. It's like, you are out of there.
Yeah.
Everyone else, you might awake to this kind of faint, lovely white light glow. It comes from the handprints on the side of the tree. Egret, if you wake up, you would know. Holy piss, that's unusual.
Oh, really?
That does not happen. Most people visit here during the day.
You just hear like soft cussing. Maybe.
I go back to bed. I'm too tired for this too.
So I kind of luck out. But yeah, after that, I will return invisible to the camp and just kind of pop back into being and get into my bedroll and go the fuck to sleep. Because I was trying to have a private, personal thing, and then suddenly it was like, boop, boop, boop.
To be fair, I don't think anyone saw it was that you did it.
I
They
mean,
just know somebody.
no
did, I
one
guess.
seems to see it. See that it was me, so that's cool. And I go the fuck to sleep after that. That was not what I hoped it would be.
I'd get up for around dawn and toot Raveno's horn.
Okay. Prophet, can
Yeah.
you please give me a wisdom saving throw, please?
Oh, Jesus.
You can also choose to fail.
Well, I rolled a 6, so I'm good at them. So it's actually a 12 totally. Can I know if I would succeed?
Yeah, you could succeed this.
I could succeed it? Fuck it. I'm gonna fail and roll the dice.
So, with this, you feel this sense of calm. Just for a moment. That memory that you have feels a little bit better.
Oh, that's nice.
And you wake up in the morning and you can see this like odd collection of flowers that's grown in the night around you. And as it begins to grow just slightly around these kind of different multicolored posies and daisies.
Ah.
And it's pleasant.
I
You also
I'm
gain,
allergic to-
the
I was-
benefit of being of getting a D10 inspiration dice
cool.
indefinitely.
Holy shit. I think I'm allergic to pollen.
You can see one of the spiders from last night. This very multicolored, this very like dark, scary-looking spider,
Don't worry,
just
they
like
eat
look up at
snakes.
you with two arms. just like,
I'm not worried about the spider. But it's making a threat posture at me.
yeah.
All right. Well, I'll edge away so it doesn't try to tag me or nothing. But
The moment that you just kind of move away, just like moves his hands down, just goes down. The side.
everything's fine.
Everyone
just a
would
little.
probably wake up to.
Oh, it's great. It's great. It's fun. It's great. Can I help you?
You alright?
Yeah, I'm allergic to pollen.
It says allergies.
Oh, it's really not suited towards nature.
I'm lying!
Eat snakes, eat flowers, eat dirt, eat air.
I'm lying about the allergies so that no one will know I'm crying. But, which a good insight check would reveal.
Oscar doesn't care.
Nope.
I don't think any of us suspect anything.
No, it's great. It works out.
You'd be a little suspicious, but it seemed harmless enough.
It's fine. Totally allergic to pollen at you.
As you guys wake up, you notice that the goblinoids have fucking booked it. They're out of here. The caravan is still there and getting ready to go. You can see that the caravaner is just like whipping up two of the beetles. The half-orcs walking alongside the caravan. And inside the caravan, put over with this kind of sun-caked, almost potato bag, is covering up his head and face as he begins to ride in the caravan. The half-orc just continues walking. They seem to be going southward in the same direction that you guys are headed towards Kapissa, but they're heading in a very different direction. They're not heading for Kapissa, they're heading more towards the bay. They're heading much more they're heading southwards towards a tiny little bay just south of Kapissa. They're heading south, but not in the same direction as Kapissa.
I understand.
Yeah. Taking the caravan, and they are headed straight down. If anybody wants to do a check on where specifically they would possibly be heading, you can either talk to them, or you can just kind of infer that that's where they're headed.
Putting my face on.
I'm not worried about that. I am gonna go bother Aisha. Morning, sunshine. Ooh, not a morning
Can I help you?
person.
Hi. No, morning person. Hi.
Morning person. That's good. I'm not here to. I'm here to bug you. No, we're good. All right. Not a morning person. Alright, fuck off.
You can see Struan is there with like cups of coffee and like his quail already done, and he's just like ready to go.
Coffee.
I go sit next to
Coffee.
Struan.
Yeah.
Oh,
Coffee.
delicious.
You can look over at Struan, and like Struan is, from the way that you can look at him, you can give me an insight check if you want.
Sure, I'll do it. We'll use this one. Why not? That is 17 on a die plus 6.
Struan is a son of a bitch and a morning person. He loves them.
Good morning, sunshine.
Morning. Then he just like pulls over, he gives you coffee.
I accept his coffee.
He is happy in the morning.
Ooh.
Ooh, yay.
About as happy as a person who is concealing their smile in their beard can be. He
Ooh.
loves mornings.
Stick a little looser in there than before, huh?
Gives you coffee. He's already like hunted a bird and skinned it, and like he's having it for breakfast.
Nice. Sleep good?
I don't know.
I don't get you at all. I like it though.
Good sleep.
I like it.
Not bad. Had better.
Yeah. That's kind of a weird one. Anyway, I'm allergic to these fucking flowers, I think.
You're not suited towards travel at all.
I mean, depends on the context of the traveling.
Do you hate the desert or something?
No,
You
the
like
desert.
that?
The desert's fine.
But it's the plants you have an issue with.
Nah, you know, it's an allergy. It's not like I choose to be mad at the plants. They just, you know, make me cry a little.
Maybe if you hang around them more often, it won't happen.
Yeah, I'm just gonna stick my face in some and see if it kills me.
Well, I wouldn't. You do what's best.
I'm fucking with you. So you're ready?
Ready enough.
So you're still coming?
Got nowhere else to be, and I imagine the next place that would be open and available for some contact with the Mubari slaves would be in Kapissa.
Right. So you're gonna like fuck off when we get to Kapissa, or you're gonna help us out and head north?
What?
I like you. You talk to me.
Why the fuck would I go north?
Oh, you know. Kill some shit. Get a cool new shard.
We're not going north.
North of, isn't it north of Capissa?
North
North of
Capissa.
Capissa, but like saying
But-
going
We
north
already were.
implies
But
that
like north of Capissa.
Yeah.
I mean north from there.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I assumed to go north of Capissa, you would arrive at Capissa and then proceed
okay,
north.
okay. That's the way you described it made it sound as though you're gonna go back towards Tuscany. But that's
Oh,
weird.
no.
But no, she was like, well, I guess I would stay around Capissa. It's not really my thing. This stuff. I hunt werewolves. That's where this job begins and ends.
Alright. So if we find some fucking werewolves up there, we call you up?
Yeah. Yes, do that.
Send you ascended?
Yep. Card, post it, Raven, Squire Boy, don't care. Tell me I'll be there.
Right.
Ruby's gonna sit down beside you guys, face all newly painted up. He has the feathers that him and Raveno collected, and he's taken the flowers from the area and like busted them up and like dyed them bluish, and he has long eyelashes with golden tips, and he sits down just fucking flawless beside you guys.
You can see Struan as he like stares you down as he looks vaguely confused, like, you do something different with your armor?
I wasn't sure about
No.
you.
It's the armor,
Ruby
right?
puts on more paint.
No, I literally didn't take this off last night. Haven't you noticed I haven't been taking this fucking thing off?
No, nothing looks different apart from the armor.
Ruby puts on more
Ruby's
paint.
gonna reach across and take the coffee and pull himself a mug and just like stare at you. Oh god, he can't sip. He's just gonna have to go.
Yeah, you just pour it
Yeah.
down.
Yeah, just pour it down. That's how he eats. That's how he consumes things.
Yeah. Yeah. And he's the caravanners.
Ruby,
Piss
you're
off.
gorgeous this
They go down
morning.
south. Yep.
Aisha,
Oh my god.
I know
What?
you don't like mornings, even less than I
No, I
do.
don't.
But I've got you something. Do you like spiders?
Not really. I hate them.
Okay, never mind
Like the
then.
worst things ever.
All right.
They taste awful.
Shoal, do you like spiders? Yes.
She actually doesn't have spiders at all.
She just hates
It's
everything
really-
because it's morning
It's
right
creepy.
now.
Yeah, and also, yeah, it's morning.
Oh, the spiders are creepy, are they, Aisha?
Yeah.
Nothing else.
Well,
Well, I mean, okay.
well,
Creepy's a good look for you.
She's just like accessorizing herself, putting on that crown thing on.
I'm like, I think I'm still I'm like working on my spells while I have this conversation.
Mm.
Well,
I'll go up and touch the tree once more time and just have a little quiet moment, and then I don't dip my paw in
Okay.
thing or anything. I just look for like a pause print roughly my size and just sort of like a quiet, reflective moment.
You see one without issue.
Yeah.
There is more than one that almost fits your paw print entirely.
Mhm.
But or you can also tell like this is just a simple intelligence thing. And I hope this is kind of clear because there's literally thousands of hands on this tree. Then like all of these stay permanent, by the way, just in case that's clear. Once a hand is on, it's permanent. They don't go away.
I mean, as a tree grows, they probably move upwards.
Yeah, as they move up as the tree grows. But apart from that, they stay permanent. But this tree must have been like thousands of years old, for sure.
shit.
Probably predates the gods, even. Like, these things are massive.
Cool.
Ah,
well,
shit.
just for your information, Aisha, I've got a new toy.
Aw.
If you'd like to have, I show you like the wand.
Okay, so she's like mesmerized. She's like, where'd you get it from?
Oh, I got it from those goblin traders.
It's a spider wand.
It makes spiders, and the spiders make a lot of webs, and the webs ruin someone's day
3 times a day.
3 times a day. Ruin 3 people's days, or one person's day very badly.
7 days a week.
I could use that. Do you want to trade something I have, or
Don't think of it as a gift.
I don't know. I don't take gifts. I don't. It has to be trade. I don't know. Well, let me give you something. I'll give you.
A smile?
She like tries hard to smile, but she's just groggy.
Ron just like puts his head.
Aisha, you okay? You look
puts his head
sick.
down and is like,
Hate the mornings.
Well,
Too sunny, I like nighttime.
Come here, I'll put on a face for you.
we're
So you feel
family,
like
aren't we?
a silver feather. She has like 2 feathers, like one's silver, one's gold.
Oh.
Give the silver feather. It's a big deal to her.
Thank you, sweetheart.
Thank you.
I'll get it right in my bun in my hair.
Spider
it shows off the blue.
Hell yeah.
It's a good look.
This is permanent, isn't it?
Were
It's
you
strange to
not
see
so
you
blue
like this.
before?
I was. When did that happen?
That happened in the Feywild.
Oh,
It
when
was,
you-
But like
Before
at the tree.
Prophet or
At the
after
tree.
Prophet?
that was
Before
That was
Prophet.
before Prophet, yeah.
Well, I had a nice green tan going before this, but
No, you're blue.
suppose I don't tan anymore.
Well, I never would have known it
Feywild.
was
Tiring.
a result of an incident if you hadn't said so.
Alright.
If you want to investigate that further, you can. But
Yeah, do I know, like... do I know of a way to reverse it?
you can give me an Arcana check.
Arcana. I'm pretty good at that, but that's a 5, so that is a total of 12.
Looks like you're stuck this way forever.
Oh.
Oh well.
From what you don't know if anyone's done this or how you would undo it. It's a very particular shade of blue.
Everyone's going to think I don't go outside. That's all.
I can make some green cover up.
Yeah. Whatever. It's far from the worst thing that happens to me. That's happened to me in the Feywild, so.
Yeah, it kind of sucked, huh?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So where you guys head?
I think we're just gonna hit the road.
Okay. So as you continue going, you
1 sec. Jackie, do you want to copy the stats for
Oh,
that?
yeah.
today,
So
right
I'm
now?
just writing down my thing. Thank you so much.
So as you all continue moving down, you kind of take a leisurely approach. You guys rested for a little bit too long, but it's fine. This place is very, very comfortable. You wake up just when the sun gets past the dawn a little bit later. And as you continue going, you can continue to follow down the river. And it's just a very nice, pleasant day. There's a little bit of clouds that come in from the side that block out the sun's rays for a while. And as you continue walking, the heat builds up, even with the clouds around, where these large gusts of wind will just go up and it'll creep underneath your eyes and it'll get in your nostrils and you have to like immediately from the side as you all begin to look around. It's a very nice, pleasant walk. Nobody around for miles. These kind of rolling hills of grassland and dirt. But every so often the sun will peek out. And then we'll get hit with it. Without proper cover, I need everyone here to give me a constitution check, please.
Oh no.
Don't trust this die,
Oh, it's okay.
but I
20.
maybe should have.
Okay.
I rolled really well.
10. Got 10.
Con save.
Mm-hmm. Con check.
Con check. 14.
8.
8. You notice that you two in this heat
Oh my god.
just managed to just really manage to suffer in this heat. There's something about the sun and the wind that just blows in and just
I got
saps
fire
your strength
inside me.
immediately. You Ruby,
Yeah.
just from the simple amount of heat profit, this is uncomfortable and you are sweating profusely as you continue walking through. You find yourself that you're slowing down considerably, that you need to take much more water. You're sweating.
I don't sweat. Oh no.
Ruby, I now need you to make a constitution save, please.
Okay, let's try this. I'm gonna put it in here.
Into the box.
Oh, fuck. +2. So that's a lovely 6.
Yes.
Oh.
You're gonna take a level of exhaustion.
Woohoo!
Oh.
1 level.
For some reason, just this air doesn't agree with you, and then you have this notion in your head. It's like, how do any red dragonborn live here? Like, this is where they're from mostly.
I'm.
Why is the world made like this? Like, you really just start like just really like having a hard time with this. heat.
I'm
gonna go
just
through.
kind of like breathing really heavy, kind of like mouth slightly open, because
Yeah.
I don't think you sweat through scales. I don't think that's how that works.
No, so you find that your mouth is open a little bit more.
Yeah.
It's held agape.
That's bad.
Slowly just start to feel hankered and tired, and it becomes far more noticeable to the rest of the group that Prophet and Ruby is hanging behind. Prophet's keeping up, but Ruby's slagging a little bit behind.
I'm gonna hold on to the bone tail of Bonesy as I'm walking,
Hold on.
like, oh, just pull me forward.
How did you get on
maybe
the
you should
horse,
get
Ruby? I'm gonna use a prestidigitation on what am I gonna chill? I'm gonna chill. What's a good thing to chill?
Ruby's armor.
It has to be a cubic foot.
Ruby's breastplate.
Yeah,
That's bigger than a cubic foot.
Ruby's gauntlets. Or if there's a gorget.
I'm gonna do. Well, I think I could do like a. You want to have like? I'll just take like a piece of cloth off of my cloak,
Okay.
and like I'll chill 2 of them with my prestidigitation and give them to them each, and hopefully that
I'm gonna
eases
put
the
it over-
discomfort a little.
I'm gonna put it over my horns, and I'm gonna be like, yes.
Just
How-
face first.
Let me know if it warms up, and I'll do it again.
That's really nice.
I'll use my shield as a.
I'm glad you did that.
How far are we
You're
from
welcome.
Capissa?
While.
Yeah.
Like a day and a half.
It's like a day and a half.
So
We're marching all day, and then probably most of tomorrow.
when we see Capissa, so as I've learned from the 2 in the caravan, they don't like Red Dragonborn, and if I go in looking like this, well, I'll just be a target again, putting you guys in danger. So if anyone knows how to maybe change the color of my scales, maybe to green. They have long noses too, and I'll just try to not show my. Now I don't know.
Oh, Jesus.
No, I can only do that with me, I think. You know, I can make you invisible, like for a little while, once a day or so. The best I got. That's all I know.
So prestidigitation can also make a small mark on a surface. Could I like make the mark just be like change the color of Ruby's head?
Yeah, I was thinking that too.
No,
My
that's
hands
one
too.
hell of a mark.
What happens if we both did, though? Like,
I was
So you
thinking
both are going to be concentrating on prestidigitation while walking through a town.
You can have 3 effects at once.
I think that would be something for like something like silent image. That would be something for
Or-
prestidigitation.
I was thinking more like an illusion or something.
Yeah, that would be
I
like
get it.
that'd be like silent image. That's not.
We could do like. Hold on.
What if I soil an object no larger than 1 cubic feet and make Ruby's head just really dirty?
You soil me, and I'll.
You could do that. There's nothing saying that you can't. However,
Mm,
Dare.
as you all begin to continue walking, talking about unless you guys want to talk about this a little bit more, but
We'll consider that we're discussing it.
yeah, as you guys do begin to discuss it a little bit more, you start to see these kind of rolling hills come in from the Dustlands. And as they go, this kind of curves over these blackened, grayish clouds. And they begin to come in a large front, hailing from the desert sands. This kind of hot heat, dry, just begins to, as these large cycling winds just begin to pick up sand and launch out in the direction.
I think there's a sandstorm coming.
Oh yeah, just what we need: heat stroke and a sandstorm.
Yeah, we might need to.
Isn't there a song like
We might
that?
need to stop.
I've just learned something that should help with that.
What's that?
I believe I can give us a nice little dome of comfort that the sand won't be able to penetrate.
Well, if it gets bad enough, we might need to do it. But for now,
You can give me a nature check on that.
oof, that's bad. That's a 7.
7. All right. As you begin to look out, you can't tell exactly.
Shit, I didn't
how
do
far
a
the sandstorm is away.
con check for Shoal.
Sure.
So I'll do that just in case. Ah, fuck! He rolled a natural 1.
Oh my god.
He's got a
Has
cool-
one level of exhaustion.
He's also got a cool thing on his head.
Yeah.
So the check failure means he has to do a save.
Yeah.
Does a cool cloth on his head help with that?
No. He has to make it as the same as before, and you made the cold cloth in as a result. So,
Yeah.
He has to make it.
I can make him. I'll make him one if he really fucks up.
No, he's okay.
I think he's
Save.
okay.
I am still gonna make him one because he's still my little baby apprentice. I can have 3 of those. So actually, he can do one himself. So actually, we can all have cold cloth.
Anyway.
Goddamn number?
It's a 15.
Yeah, he's fine.
Yeah, 15 on the save.
So
okay.
you can't tell exactly how far the sandstorm is when it gets here, but it is most certainly coming in this direction. How bad do you think it's going to be? You can't really tell. Even with your knowledge of the sands, like, these can be either really bad or really mild. It's usually it becomes a problem of 2 things. You can either become sand blind when sand rushes into your eyes, or it can reduce visibility.
How's Stroon doing, by
So
the
we
way?
might,
Struan seems to be doing pretty fine. He has a lot of constitution save.
if we find we're having trouble seeing in front of us, we should tie a rope so no one gets lost.
If it gets that bad.
It might. It's pretty hit or miss.
Why don't we try to? Are we in a big rush? Can we try to wait it out?
All right, now we should.
I'm feeling kind of fragile.
It's still mild enough that I think we should press forward, and then we should hunker down if it starts to get worse.
If it gets,
it could just be a mild, windy day.
if it starts to get bad enough, we can't see where we're going. I think we should.
Yeah, I agree.
So, you all continue walking for about an hour a bit, when it slowly starts to just
All right, get
and
the
rush into you
ropes.
just a little bit. As it comes over, you notice that, like, you can't really see about 100 meters away. Not too bad. Not so bad at all. You can still, like, see normally. It's fine. It's just kicking up every so often. It looks more like mist. It's just a little bit harder. You can see as you all begin walking. Can I please have a marching order, please? And thank you. Who's in front?
I guess I'll be in front.
Okay.
And then who's in the very back? Because whoever's in the front and whoever's bringing up the rear.
I'm
probably-
assuming I'm in the
Yeah,
back because
I
I'm
think
having
we
trouble
would've been in
getting
the back,
through
yeah.
this. It's very hot.
Are you
for
riding
me.
your horse yet?
I guess now I'm riding my horse, my little
Okay.
cloth. And
So Shoal will be on the horse with Ruby,
Ruby,
in the
yeah.
back.
I will be in front of Ruby,
Okay.
I'll be in the middle, so
so you're
in
ahead
front
of me.
you, yeah.
Okay.
And I'll be like right
Nice.
behind Egrith.
Wow. Instead of writing Aisha or Night Shadow, I just wrote down Taylor. So Aisha, Bryn, and then you. That's great. So as you all continue going, it
Well,
doesn't
I'm trying to stay near Egrith, I think, so
yeah,
that.
you two are in the front.
Okay.
As you all
Gotcha.
continue to move through, the storm gets a little bit not too bad. It becomes manageable. You can slowly start as the sand begins to go into the river. You can notice this tiny little divot in where you can just both walk and kind of silently and just dip your heads down to avoid some of the sand that's coming through. And then as you begin to notice this like large wave of sand just goes and blows off to the side, I need everybody here to make Constitution saving throws.
See, I fucking
Oh
told
shit! Let's make some spells.
That's still cocked.
Oh.
What was it? A saving throw
Yeah.
for con?
Yep.
Portents can be a save too,
someone
right?
please look at this.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, I'm fucked.
This
my
is
God,
this is
yeah.
going to the little jail. Bye, die, you
Oh,
fail
no.
me.
Shoal's
Another
fine.
There's another
I'm
one.
not.
I got 6.
Fail.
But I
16.
epic fail.
Pass.
Shoal got a 19. I got a natural 1.
You're, yeah, Glasgow fails.
15.
Pass.
Oh, I'm gonna have 2 levels exhaustion.
One.
No.
So as that happens, you can feel this large, like, begin to rush into the
Oh,
side of you.
fuck.
All of you who failed, you are blinded. Immediately. The moment that the sand goes over, it just hits you straight in the eyes.
Oh my god.
And it just bulges up immediately. You find that your eyes are red and you're not able to see.
Shit.
Not able to see. The moment after that, you all begin to, like, stop and just kind of hunker down.
I'm
making
making
a
a spell. Try and keep the sand off me for a minute.
Keeping
You
head
three,
count.
you three are blinded. Prophet, you can give me a medicine check for this.
Okie dokie.
I'm going to use lesser restoration on myself, which cures blindness.
19.
Oh, nice.
19.
Everybody get around
As
me.
far as you can tell, this type of stuff lasts for about half an hour.
Holy
Who can't see?
I'm fucked.
I suddenly cannot see.
It's not gonna last. Half an hour,
Okay.
give or take.
Okay. I just
Shall
started
I-
really
You
whacking
both, you
someone.
both feel like this salty irritant that's just closing up your eyes and leaking around your eyelids. It's pretty much terrible.
I'm casting this spell.
He-
Can I concentrate long enough to cast a spell that takes 1 minute to cast?
Depends on the spell. What are you doing?
Liamon's tiny hut.
Yeah, you can.
Everybody get around me. You need to be very close to me when I do this.
We all get huddled.
I pull Aisha in since she
Okay,
can't see.
thanks.
I got you.
Thank
The
you.
horse can't fit though.
The horse is dead.
The horse is dead.
It's actually not dead. It just looks like
The
that.
horse looks dead.
I will just dispel the horse.
Yeah, you can call it back. You can like bring it up in and out of like a pocket. So I'm gonna.
10-foot space.
I'm not gonna cast this as a ritual because I don't want to be in this for 10 minutes. So for 1 minute, I will be in this, and I will cast Liamon's tiny hut.
So the moment you do, you cast Liam's tiny hut as this domo force goes and just bubbles entirely around.
How long have we been traveling, by the
Let me
way?
put that I
You guys
dispel the
travel for about 6
horse.
hours today. No,
Yeah,
7
it's
hours.
like-
7 hours.
Late lunch, early dinner.
So the moment that it goes up, you can see parts of the sand just begin to like, and it just begins to rush over and curve around.
We'll be buried in this.
You don't know.
Well, that's fine.
What's happening?
We can tell.
It's alright.
Everything's
So-
fine.
The hut.
There's all these cute dogs we're petting.
What the hut does, it's a 10-foot
Full of shit.
radius dome.
Yeah.
It is transparent from the inside. I will make the color on the outside like the color of the sand in case you need to blend in.
Okay. It blends in perfectly. You can see sand just begins to like.
We can go in and out. Nothing else can get in now. So,
And we see the sand piling up around.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Well, I can't.
Ruby
we can't
feels
see.
claustrophobic!
Oh, you can see everything.
It slowly starts to come in, and it, like as it's beginning to roll through, you guys wait there for about like 5 minutes comfortably inside this kind of transparent little space, and it slowly begins to like go like 3 inches, and then 6 inches, and then around 9 inches, and you can see like the sand just kind of like, and it just gets clear for just a second, and as it goes entirely clear, you can see that another storm is on its way. And you can see a clear kind of outcropping in the center, where you're kind of in this tiny little eye of the windstorm.
well, that's unsettling.
So,
Fucker!
those of you who still have sight,
Ugh.
you can give me a perception check, please.
Oh, nice.
17.
20.
10.
You two don't see it. You're still.
I was gonna do for Shoal, but it's fine.
So, Prophet, Ygritte. As you guys begin, you both continue to look up for a second, and as you can see, there are parts like stones that you were walking by that have just been carved over by sand and the dust and just buried. You can see just along the way, about a mile, this large stone kind of almost obelisk in the distance. It's made of this kind of purplish stone material. It seemingly, the storm has like taken the sand and just moved it away from here. You see this kind of large outcropping. You can see this kind of ruined keep and potential structure from far away. It seems to be made out of this jagged material, and it's about 15 feet in the distance. And as you look out,
15 feet in the distance.
so 15 feet high. It's about a mile away. Sorry.
Okay.
It's about 15 feet high, and you slowly start to notice that the other end of the storm begins to move in your direction. With a natural 20,
It was not natural 20.
with a 20, you can see it. You can see in the distance these two lines that are seemingly moving
I'm gonna go pee while things that I
Underneath
can't see
the
are
sand.
happening.
with some very far distance away. With your knowledge background in your ranger feature. Can you please give me an intelligence check or a wisdom check,
Holy shit.
depending on what that could be in the distance?
Oh my god.
We'll use wisdom.
Okay.
It's a 9, unless you let me use something like survival or
I said you
perception.
could use a survival or an intelligence.
Oh, you said wisdom. Then
It's,
in
it's,
that
a nature,
case,
it's a nature or a survival check.
Okay. In that case, it is a 12.
You've heard of these before, but you've only heard about them in glancing. And it was something you kind of heard around a fire. You don't specifically know what they are. And no metagaming on this gang, those of you who are literate. You've heard about these in stories, but apart from that, you haven't really heard of them before. Land sharks.
Oh my god.
There's a movie about that.
Yeah.
Sand
anyone else,
sharks.
see that weird structure?
It's
in the
terrible,
distance?
guys.
I think I see some land sharks over there too.
You what?
Land sharks.
What are
What's a land
The
shark?
sharks, but on the land.
Shut the
That's
fuck
horrible.
up.
Are they dead?
Nope.
How do they?
They just live in sand instead of water.
Then how would they?
What's
did
closer,
I
the
get?
structure or the sharks? What's closest to the structure, the sharks, or the storm?
The structure, you're going to have to give me a nature check for the storm.
The structure is closest.
Yeah, it's about
Well,
a mile away.
There's a
They have
structure a mile away. How far away to the storm is? I'll do a nature check.
I'm gonna make an offering to Velshik right now.
Oof.
Oh.
7.
Same one as before.
Oh.
You're like, 10 minutes to an hour?
It might not be worth it.
I mean, we're.
I'm not listening. I'm hailing Velshik real hard right now because I think I might die from this.
We'll be safe as long as we stay in the hut, right?
Unless we get buried by the next storm. And does the hut continue below us? Because I think that's where the sharks
The hut
live.
continues below us, but creatures can move through.
Oh my god.
So it really depends if these guys see you.
Oh god.
Or hear us, or,
Or smell
smell
ya,
us, or
or-
however they work.
Oh my god.
Perfect.
I'll have to ask Laskra when they're not concentrating if they can move this.
Laz
I
is concentrating so
don't
hard, can't even hear
know.
us.
I don't think it's possible that we can make it to that structure before the storm comes. We might need to risk it and stay. But I'm open to dissenting opinions. But we should decide now if we need to make a break for it.
Oh, I don't like any of this. It'll be cool if we kill one, though. It'll be so cool if we kill one. Because,
What do you think it tastes like?
fuck if I know, but I'm gonna take it with me if we kill one.
Your time that you spent around goblins, can you give me an intelligence check, please?
Oh, it wasn't very good. 5.
You don't know their significance of bullets and goblinoid culture.
Oh, what a drag. I was too busy playing darts. I'm
Yeah.
proficient in goblin darts, specifically.
Oh,
The dart game.
Oh god.
Because you can pick a tool or like a gaming set proficiency, and I picked goblin darts
Oh,
because I
God.
knew.
What is goblin darts?
So it was a thing that I made up in the Aldrin game. It's a gambling game. Do you want to describe it, or should I describe
okay,
it?
sure. So I have out loud said, fuck me, I spent too much time playing goblin darts. No one asks me though, so we move right past it.
That was your cue.
Oh no! Well, I thought I did ask it. Sorry. What's goblin darts?
All right. So you can win a lot of money doing this. So you know that game people play sometimes where they put their hand on a table and they get the knife and they do like that.
Yeah, it's dumb.
It's kind of like that, but with darts. So you get one stupid motherfucker to put their hand up, on a wall or and on someone's back one time, and
This thing's attached to me.
and then you gotta fling a dart up in there, in between the fingers, because if you get them, you lose your money. But sometimes if you get it wrong on purpose, it's fucking funny. So, yeah.
Ruby's horrified.
Lazar, can we move this hut, or like? Do you
Nope.
have to,
So here's the information the party learned. So some mile
Land sharks are coming.
land
We're
sharks
gonna
are
die.
in the area. There is a structure about a mile away, and according to Ygritte's nature roll, this storm could be coming over in a minute or an hour. In 10 minutes or an hour, sorry. So basically it becomes like this real change between like, do you guys stay here and stay in Leomon's tiny hut because those bullets can get through?
Like from underneath?
Yeah.
Only if they figure out where we are.
Only if they figure out where you are.
So if we remain quiet, we aren't stomping around, and we aren't making weird smells, they may not notice us at all.
Sexy.
So nobody move.
Fucking goddamn.
And then we just hope that we don't get buried.
Yeah, it's getting sexy in this hut.
I
I
think
mean, if
A
they...
mile in 10 minutes.
you could just open a hole, right? And
If-
drain the sand, sort of.
Well, we throw the sand out. Anything that's in here that was within the radius when I cast the spell can leave and enter freely. Everything else is stuck outside. So, presumably, should a sand shark get up into here, we could be able to simply exit the dome, and it wouldn't be able to get out.
Except for that.
Except if it
the way
tunneled.
it came, right?
But it might not figure that out.
Just sharks swim backwards.
But perhaps we should
No.
just
I don't know.
stay very still. This hut can last 8 hours. It
Everyone
seems.
should pick a buddy and tie themselves to their buddy in case we get lost in a storm.
Yeah, all right.
But in that way, we aren't completely lost. If it's impossible for one person to get to stray. I don't know.
I'm
Seems
going to-
safer than tying us all together in one.
I'm gonna put Shoal up on my shoulders. And my shoulders.
Here I
It's
was
bad.
Here I was thinking I'd just die a heat stroke.
So are we booking it or are we hunkering down?
We're gonna wait it out, right?
Wait it out?
What if I do another one upside down? Can I cast it upside down?
You can't cast 2 concentration spells.
Not a concentration spell.
This one, Leomon's tiny hut.
Nope.
It's a ritual.
It has the ritual. Yeah.
It has the ritual tag.
So I think I'm
but-
thinking specifically
Holy shit!
it goes up,
Yeah.
but that's my question: is if I could cast
It's
one
classified as a
down.
dome.
Yeah, but could I do an upside down one?
Now it says.
Burn 2 smell slots to get
It says
the
a
sphere.
10-foot radius immobile dome of force springs into existence around and above you and remains stationary for the duration.
What if
We
hold
could hold you
upside
upside down. so if the biggin grabs you by your ankles and we let all the blood rush to your head, we won't let anything bad happen. And you just cast one more time.
Fuck, guys, we gotta make a decision quick.
We might be safe.
Do it.
I don't want to get.
Will it work? I wonder. Can I roll an Arcana check to see if that would even work at all, or would I just know that it would or wouldn't?
The problem is that you
Like-
you can't cast to a place you can't see, right?
It doesn't say that. A 10-foot radius immobile dome of force springs into existence around and above you and remains stationary for the duration. It's not like a target you can see. It's not in a square or a space you can see. There's no sight component
So it's
here.
like-
I'm unsure about that.
Does above me mean relative to the ground? Does it take into account
Imagine everything above the crown of your head.
gravity?
so we could
So-
hold you
so
upside
you
down.
So because it says above you,
So
and
if,
anything above you is the crown
Okay.
of your head.
so if I am upside down, and I cast it again,
Alley-oop.
I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna spend 11 minutes
You're gonna
casting
do
this as a ritual upside
a
down.
supported
11 minutes?
headstand.
I'm casting it as I'm gonna do it as a ritual this time.
I will. Oh god, we gotta hold you up for 11 minutes.
I
Oh,
got
fuck.
this. Just you guys just
And we
I
got
will
Hold on,
assist
Hold on, hold on,
you.
hold on, maybe. Okay, there's sand sharks. I don't need my spell slots that badly. It's gonna take me 1 minute. I'm using a spell slot.
Okay. Oh my gosh.
As that happens, you cast it again. It ducks underneath. You can feel this tiny tremor underneath you.
Oh shit.
It just begins to like shake everything around you for just a second as you get unsure of your footing for just a minute. And as that happens, a part of underneath the ground just and this stable footing that you have underneath gets caught as the dirt begins to separate ever so slightly, and all of the sand just goes underneath your knees for just a second.
Like sand starts escaping.
Yeah, so sand just moves.
Oh, okay.
So it shifts inside the dome, which meaning that something underneath you that was supporting the sand you were sitting on was suddenly vacant and pushed to the side.
left.
As that happens, you just kind
More
of drop.
sexy
The sands move, and the sand vacates again. You get sand up to your knees immediately.
Oh my god.
Well,
This is a claustrophobic nightmare.
As that happens,
I can't even focus on the fact that I'm breaking new ground in arcane science.
as that happens, you wait for about 10 minutes,
Nobody make a smell.
15 minutes, 20 minutes.
Where's the storm at?
Still far away.
We should have
Still coming
booked it.
21 minutes,
There's a big difference between a minute and an hour.
22 minutes, 23 minutes, half an hour,
Oh God.
40 minutes, an hour.
It was an hour.
anyone got
Does this
a
count as a short rest?
Sure.
anyone got a
For anyone who needs.
spear to start stabbing down
some
and see if
javelins.
there's anything in here with us?
I wouldn't recommend it. I think we should just keep our noses out of it. And after the next storm, we should make our way again.
Also, your blindness is done now.
Oh, thank God. Okay.
After 30 minutes, it's done.
Unless this happens to last all night and buries us alive.
So you can see the storm begins to start even hitting harder now. You can't see 15 feet in front of you before it starts just rushing in. You can see little bits of the shapes in the distance. The dunes begin to change rapidly in shape and volume. And as it just keeps on going, it goes higher, and the sand above the dome just gets about 3 feet higher in the span of an hour before the storm just goes through, and it is bright, sun shining, heavy in your face. It is very warm out, and the clouds are gone. You can see this large periphery of a changing landscape appears out of nowhere. The obelisk in the distance, just slightly under, about 2.5 feet under.
This music's perfect for this.
Am I still blinded, by the way?
No, after
Okay.
half an hour.
Okay. So what the hell's that?
Oh yeah, didn't really describe that to you. Probably should have done that. I was really worried about the sharks.
Mm-hmm. Oh, right.
Yeah,
That
there's a
might
structure over
still
there.
be around.
Is the structure
Thanks
up
for
in
that
the
tip.
direction we're going?
It's just off to the east.
It's slight detour to the east, but
Like- It's an hour.
could be some interesting things there.
So, there is, within 1 mile, where are you guys?
The shark music is back. I hate this.
Yeah, I hate this too.
Okay, full disclosure, in real life, I am afraid of sharks. They scare me really bad. I understand that I'm more likely to get killed by a vending machine than a shark, but,
What
like,
about vending machine sharks?
Let's
yeah, what if a shark comes out of a vending machine? What then, science?
Shall we just call them boulettes
So-
instead?
So,
You Sharknado.
I don't care what it is. I'm scared of sharks, mate.
so
I can't do that.
as that happens, you don't notice, you notice a slight aberration underneath you, but it's slight. Whatever it is, it's like a medium creature, and it is 1 mile below you.
Oh, well, there's something weird below us, but I don't think we have to worry about that.
Yeah, sure, we'll totally ignore it. Yeah. If it kills you, I'm reanimating your corpse. If it
let's
kills me,
just-
I'll be back.
Let's just. Can you cast this dome any more today, or do you need to do it as a ritual, just
I
in
can
case
do
we
it.
get slapped with another storm?
How's your noggin?
I'm down to. I've got 2. I can cast these high level spells twice more unless it's a ritual. If it's a ritual, I can just keep doing it.
Okay. We should get going.
Are we checking out the ruins, or are we just getting out of here?
I could check out some ruins.
Probably.
It might be a good vantage point to check out the sharks, because if we just keep on going from here, they might still follow us.
Yep. And it's
Is this-
kind of tall. We might get a good viewpoint of the city itself.
Maybe there's something we can lift.
Alright.
Ruins.
So there's a
Sorry,
shore.
that's because Prophet's thinking about money. Every time.
It's always like, sure. Once I leave the sphere, it dissipates.
Okay, is that what you're doing? What are you
Let's
guys
do
doing?
it. Like, it's clear.
Are we going to Are we
really
going to
gonna let-
proceed slowly, or are we going to?
Are we really
run?
gonna let land sharks dictate every decision of our lives?
I mean, if I see one, I'm gonna puke from fear, so I'm trying to avoid that. Let's go. All right,
Okay.
I step out of the hut.
Okay, step out. Nothing bad happens.
Step out.
Nothing bad happens.
Alive!
It's fine.
We're doing
But
great.
getting out of the sand is a little bit more difficult, as the sand hasn't really settled in.
Anyone have mold earth?
No.
My fur yellowing?
We're gonna have to like get you a glass or something to look in, like some Polish silver or shit.
Why? Is there something on my face?
I mean, it's good. It's cosmetic. It's nice. But you should probably see it sometime, I guess.
So,
I show you your reflection in my sickle.
Oh, the hell?
Does Ruby have a mirror?
Cannigan gave you.
Yeah, Ruby probably owns a mirror.
I don't know you.
Yeah. I'm just kind of watching this.
I'm still getting to know you. I don't
Yeah.
know what your deal is.
okay.
But yeah, Cannigan gave you.
Usually have to be in the desert for like a few months before this happens.
Ah, it's a good look. I put the sickle away. We should probably fucking go.
Yes.
So as you all continue going, you come across this largened structure with this almost blackish, purplish type of stone. It seems abandoned. A lot of it has this particular stonework that's been jagged and beaten in. You can tell that the rocks aren't like anything you've seen. There's they seem very shiny and very well made and very condensed. It seems to be this small little open keep. It seems to be a bulwark or a defensive watchtower of some kind that's just been ruined. The only thing that remains is this shattered shell of a wall. Some of them 10 feet, some of them 5 feet. Some of them you just see the outcropping of the sand there. It's uncovered. Seems rather old.
Anyone know history or architecture?
I don't know enough about history. Can I roll to see if I know anything about it?
What specifically? Like
History?
rocks
Just to see if I know what the significance of this type of structure is. If I know, like,
Sure. You can just give me an intelligence.
Who built
Okay.
it and when?
yeah, anything about like the history of some structure. That's a natural one.
Oh my god.
Again.
You haven't seen a lot of these before. These are very uncommon, but they do pop up from time to time. They're not really well known, at least within hobgoblin circles.
I haven't read about them.
So, is there this obelisk? Does it have any markings?
Can you please give me a perception check, please?
Okay. Oh, crappy. 11.
You do happen to notice not some near the obelisk, but some near the wall. It's kind of just where you can see the tip of the sand, and as you begin to kind of move it away, you just kind of throw some sand onto some nearby ferns that are just like somehow growing in this area. And you toss them over, and you can see this this lettering in drow. That's right down the bottom,
Anybody-
put in with white ink.
Anybody read Undercommon? I don't read Undercommon.
Oh, I can read shit. I can read stuff.
You can.
Hey.
Yeah. It's,
I knew those night shadows are talented.
it's like speech. It's like,
Let's see it then.
all right, I'm gonna go towards the thing and like just decipher it. And,
It is spelt
Yeah.
Tophyn.
oh my god. Okay. Shit. Holy shit.
Cophin.
That was like no vowels right there. P-H
T-O.
T-O.
It starts with T.
Oh,
Top
T
in.
O. Okay, sure. I know the thing. It's okay.
Yeah.
Alright.
How big is this structure?
It's not done yet.
Oh, sorry.
Tophyn Keep, southeastern watchtower.
I like repeat out to everyone.
Is that it? Is that all it says?
That's all it says on the bottom.
I bet if we keep digging, we might be able to expose more letters.
Okay.
I will attempt to dig out a little more sand and see if there's more writing. If there's not, I'll stop.
Sure. Give me do investigation.
Okay. 15.
So, as you begin to dig a little bit further in, your hands just like, and you come across this beginning of a mat, almost like a doormat, that has this kind of embroidered tapestry on it.
Neat.
It's just blocked out by this dune of sand. It looks like a drow warrior holding a spear and impaling another humanoid. Seemingly tentacles as a beard.
Oh, I don't like the look of that. Any person I've ever met that has tentacle beard has not been a friend of mine.
How many of those have you met?
I've been around. What? Sometimes when you're spelunking, you meet a motherfucker with a beard made of tentacles.
But you do get the strong sense that even though you found something, there's probably more here.
I think there's probably more to see.
I'm down. Let's sniff around. I'll do it.
Now the tapestry, is that like an actual tapestry, like a cloth tapestry?
No, it's
that
like
you
a
can
welcome
pull
mat.
up? Okay, it's a welcome mat.
Yeah.
Can I try and pull it up out of the sand?
You pull it up, you find a hatch.
Oh, secret door.
Oh my
God.
god.
Well, it'll get us away from sharks.
Hopefully.
Or it could be a cache. This fucking thing could be full of rum or money or dead people and motherfuckers with tentacle faces.
It's a key to the rest of the keep.
Does anyone know anything about a top-in keep?
Does having the name let me reroll it or no?
I mean, I don't know.
Can I make that history check now that I've heard the name of the keep? And I'm starting to wonder. I'm gonna use my danger die, just cause. Today it's kind. 18.
18. The keep is not really, it just seems to be like a name of some kind, but the more you begin to looking around, there's intelligence, yeah?
Yep. That was just my flat intelligence. 18.
You know that drow do not make settlements up north.
Okay.
They do not make it in the world above. They make them in the world below. So, at one time, this building was probably a part of the world below.
Oh, nifty.
If it got pushed up?
Or it
got
was just buried.
Oh, okay.
Alright, so here's the skinny. Dark elves don't, build above ground. So this hatch probably leads to the rest of the keep, which by design is underground. So it's probably not, too unsafe to check out, because, why the fuck would you build an underground keep not knowing how, and all the sand gets in, and then you...
I did detect a weird presence about a mile underneath us.
Well...
Do we want to really...
So there is something down there. Just saying.
What kind of something?
I open the hatch.
I think it was a fiend.
I don't want to go down
It's an aberration.
Aberration.
Okay.
It's abhorrent.
Meaty.
Completely darkened, you open up the hatch. And this sand just falls down from the bottom of it. You get hit with this stale air, just rushes up immediately into your face.
Gnarly.
It's dry. You can hear a large echo reverberating out from the cavern and just carries out from the bottom end of the tunnel. You can look down at about a 10-foot drop. You can see this large pile of sand that seemingly moved through the cracks over the years. It's about like 3 feet high off the ground. And as you poke your head underneath and just begin to look around, it seems to be a 15 by 15 foot chamber that's seemingly carved out of the rock itself.
Nifty.
You also see 3 different entryways, as well as this kind of large singular structure that's present in the center of the room. These polished, large stones.
Do they look valuable?
They look really pretty. They have this.
That doesn't mean dick to me.
They look almost pinkish and blackish, striped in, almost like a candy stripes. It's huge. It's kind of polished. The little bit amount of light that's in this room that is flooded into the sun bounces off the sand a little bit and glistens. And when it goes over, it shines up in this tiny black and pinkish stone. Smooth. And then it has a larger stone and about a medium stone and a tiny little stone on top of it. It's 10 foot wide, 10 foot long. And as you look at it, you can see this sparkling bit of gold just to the side of it.
Hey, I'm seeing valuables.
Yeah,
What if it's a
I'll
trap?
take my chances with the sharks.
Hold on. Well, if it's a trap, we can take a look at it and not set it off. Who just traps their keep without a way to deactivate the trap?
You guys
Doesn't mean
look
there's
into
a
that. See
way.
if it's trapped. I'm gonna climb to the top of this thing and see what I can see from the top.
All right. So here's the thing. It's a 10-foot drop. So if there's a problem and we're down there, hard to get back out in a hurry. So I'm thinking we run a line down.
Should have taken that jump spell.
But yeah, or the good at climbing, I guess. Anyway.
There's no ladder that already built
But-
in or anything. It's just a drop.
Yep.
Interesting choice. Kind of making me think about like oubliettes. You know, those are like prison cells where you whip someone in to forget about them. Yeah.
I'm not coming up.
Rope it is.
So yeah, and just tie it off on the obelisk, and then just run that sucker down and check it out.
Go for it.
All right.
Ah, yeah, you guys don't care if I live or die. So, and I take, I tie off, I have a rope, I tie a rope off on the obelisk,
Take me a
and,
second.
okay. 15.
Okay.
Wait, 17.
All right. Should we have another rope just in case something goes wrong with this one?
Yep, I have an arrow.
Alright.
So I have mine to you.
I'm gonna stay up here and keep watch for you.
Aw.
See if there was the rope snaps or something. I'll just throw down another. It's
Can I
fine.
do a perception check to see if I
Second
see
one,
any
just in
shark
case.
fins
Alright.
nearing?
Tie off the other one.
Yeah, you can do so with disadvantage.
All right, let me just throw in my.
That's a
my
19 to
body
tie off the
hates
second
me.
rope.
No problem.
Well,
Well, the one was really okay. Wait,
You're not rolling well today, Charlie.
I'm not. I'm really shit today. All right, so it was a 3 actually, because I don't get any bonuses perception.
Well,
I don't see
as
shit.
you look around for land sharks, the only person who spotted it before was Ygritte,
Yeah.
and Ygritte is somewhat more proficient in these lands. But for you, you just see seas of sand.
God,
Yeah.
that's a lot of sand.
Like, it's so much.
I think I should start blowing glass.
Strin, what do you think about dark holes?
Maybe full of money.
Might be money.
How much money?
Don't know.
We gotta find out.
You wanna come with me, big boy? Large lad?
He looks at you, he's like, fine.
All right, sure, be good.
Okay, I am. I'm thinking about this thing. I can be invisible if I want to be. I could just go down there invisible first and check it out, and then if I scream, Big Boy comes to save me, or leaves me to die
A
because
trap
nobody
doesn't
liked me.
care if you're invisible.
Unless it's got some
So you're
brain
climbing up
behind
that
it.
obelisk?
Yeah.
Can you give me a
Would you like me to
athletics
try
check,
to
please?
Yeah.
sense if anything's near?
Can you do that?
10.
You actually have a little bit of difficulty getting up to it, but you find your way all the way to the
It's too
top.
slippery.
You sit up all the way on the top, and you kind of get this nice vantage point.
Awesome.
You cruise around,
I'll see by the hole.
Like
I guess.
Assassin's Creed.
Definitely.
but with a knoll and clumsy paws.
Big old pobs. 16 to perception, just to survey the land.
You can see the distance as it begins to stretch forward. You can see another storm rolling off in your direction towards Capissa. But that one looks to be, if you had to guess, probably even walking at your pace. If you would have continued walking all the way through, you probably would have hit the tail end of it, getting into Capissa. But it looks like you're going to avoid it entirely. It just pushed on right through before you even had a chance to get in its range.
Can I see Capissa from here?
No. It's in the general range. You can see that the river kind of bends around and keeps going. The kind of large bend is weird. You do see off in the distance a hobgoblin troop,
Oh.
somewhat farther away. About 6 or 7 of them. And you do see one fall down.
Ooh.
And they look back, and they keep walking.
Oh.
Are they walking towards us?
No. They
Towards
are
Capisa?
walking north.
Okay, interesting. Okay, well, I'll climb back down. That's pretty much all I can see from there.
I'm gonna slide down the rope.
Okay. As you slide down the rope, you drop down. Not a problem. You look and see of this kind of like dilapidated old room, like torches kind of lit to this. Torches onto the side.
Did they ignite when I land?
No,
Or they're just unlit?
they're unlit.
Okay.
You can see this black and blue kind of hue around in this room. As you begin to walk just past the hatch, it is completely dark in here, but you have dark vision.
Mm-hmm.
So you just see.
And a passive perception of 16.
No.
Okay.
Did you?
You can see as you go over towards the tablet, you can see that they continue to have drow lettering written around them. They appear to be arcane in nature.
Mhm.
And you see 3 different pathways. You can also see about 15 gold lying on the ground right next to it, as well as a skeleton with robes on it.
Well, the money's shit. Found a skeleton.
Is it safe?
Nothing killed me yet.
Alright.
I'll take a look around the room to see how dangerous it is.
Did you?
I'm looking for anything that might like indicate.
I'm like bending.
I'm looking
over
for
the
what
hole
killed
with
the
my head in
skeleton,
it, by the way.
Sure.
basically.
That'd be a medicine check, actually.
Oh, a medicine check?
Yeah.
I'm good at those. I'm really good at those. That's 24.
So the skeleton looks old as balls, but it's relatively well preserved.
Okay.
You do notice that the back of the spine has been cracked in multiple places, and the pelvis and the legs are missing. It's probably the crushed back that did it.
Okay. And then looking around me.
You do the passive. You happen to see that this is some kind of some type of storage facility. You can't really tell. Whoever this person was must have been important. Apart from that, you can see 3 different rooms. One of them just off to the side and kind of glowing faintly.
Mhm.
Another long standard hallway. And from what you can see, a halfway closed door with a leg sticking out of it.
Is this
Seemingly a skeleton boot.
okay? Does this seem to be from the same skeleton?
No.
Okay. So I got skeleton. Looks like had their back broken. Pelvis and legs are missing. Kind of freaking me out. The money's shit. There's 15 gold pieces down here, but those are mine.
Well, that's what you found
Second
just
time you mentioned the gold.
right inside.
Yeah. Hold on. I collect the money.
Okay.
All right. But we're splitting anything we find together. Anyone else want to come into this hole?
Those gold pieces are mine, and you can pry
Those
them out of
ones
my
are.
cold dead
That's
hand.
fine. There's some. There might be. It seems like. What did you say? Storage.
Yeah, it seems like a storeroom of some kind.
Anyone want to explore an abandoned storeroom? I'm going
Sounds
in.
kind of boring.
Goodbye. I'm in the hole.
Here's the thing. I can talk to dead people, but I don't speak Undercommon.
I'm in the hole.
Is that like a problem? Is that a problem?
Yeah, you need to speak the same language.
Do I have to be able to speak?
Yeah.
I mean, they might be able to speak common.
It's worth a shot. You want?
Well-
Do you think I should talk to the dead guy?
I don't know. I'm in the hole. I'm coming. I go in the hole.
I'm slowly
You
walking.
drop in.
There's
Is that a
some-
problem?
There's some magic shit down here too.
Yeah, you can see the same
Ooh.
stones that are attached. The 3 separate entrances. You can see the glowing room off to the left. You can see the leg keeping a door from being closed, and a long hallway that goes down.
Aisha, do you want to come down
Yeah.
in case we need to read anything?
Going down. Climb down.
You
I wanna be
Who's
here.
not in the hole right now?
I'm not in the hole yet.
two.
Just us two, Stream's down
Yeah,
there as well,
Stream's
right?
going after-
I described-
after Aisha.
Should we just?
Shoal is going to stay with Egret.
Okay.
So if she comes down, then he will come as well.
Prophet, did you have a problem understanding something?
Oh yeah, I can't read dick around here.
I might have an ability.
You can read all.
I can read. Oh, it's read. I thought you meant.
Oh, talking?
Talking.
What? Can you do that too?
I can do that. I have
You're
what's
You
called-
can, you can read the.
I can read. Okay, I'll just read it then. I'll just read
Okay,
it.
so as you go up towards
Yeah.
it, you identify it similarly as Drow,
Yeah.
and it reads "Light begets light."
Light gets light.
Additionally, there is some sort of arcane sigil pressed into it.
Can I make sense of that?
Sure, give me an Arcana check, please.
Arcana check, please. I'm gonna roll this one because
It's like one
my
of those
Yeah, that one's been
mirror
hurting you all
puzzles.
night long.
fuck.
You missed the box.
Fuck's sake.
Could I also?
14.
Oh,
14?
well,
You know what it is.
Ooh.
It's a seemingly cantripped light spell that has seemingly been pressed into the rock a whole bunch of times.
Could I cast the spell using it?
Yes.
Wait. You sure that's a good idea?
No.
Neither am I. Maybe
Yeah, I'm
you
not
want
sure.
you want to talk to the dead guy first?
Maybe.
So what were
What's
you
it
saying
say?
about understanding languages, Aisha?
I can cast a spell on you to understand and talk to someone that you don't understand.
Yeah.
I-
No matter what
Cast
language
comprehend
they know?
languages?
No, I can cast tongues.
Oh, I'll do it. Try
Yeah,
yourself.
the spell grants the creature you touch the ability to understand any spoken language it hears.
Damn.
Nice.
Damn!
I
Alright.
know.
Does
I
it
Do
say-
you want to team up?
Yeah, I was gonna.
That doesn't mean you can speak it. You can only understand it.
I might not be able to
Moreover, when a
understand
target speaks, any creature that knows at least one language can hear the target understands what it says.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Oh, that's tongues.
Yeah.
me. Yeah.
So
Okay.
you.
So, you want to team up?
Yes, I'm coming.
Alright. So tongues on me, and
Yeah.
I cast Speak with Dead. On
Last one of the holes a rotten egg.
I'm
And you can hear it coming into your head, almost screaming for a moment in Undercommon. And as it begins to rattle off, it kind of comes alive like,
Nope.
I really want
that's
to
gonna be a nah for me, Doug.
Alright, and I get, how many questions do I get with Speak with Dead? 3 or 5? Wicked. Alright.
Got any more money?
No. No. First question, because the body said, "I live." So I go, "Do you want to?" Yes. I know a guy. I'm not dead. I know a guy for that. What happened to you?
I fell down and slept.
You fell. Where'd you fall from?
Standing.
I detached the skull. They're funny. I'm keeping this.
Three questions.
Yeah.
Where did you fall from?
Standing. So good. Alright. And I'll be like, "What's the last thing you remember?" And be like, "Falling." You know what happened to your legs?
My legs?
No, then.
What's wrong with my legs?
Oh, no.
They're missing peaches.
Oh my god.
Perhaps you should we ask them why
Well,
this?
it's more like the information I'm getting is not particularly good.
Yeah.
Because sometimes it's like, "What happened to me?" And it'd be like, "I remember a bright flash of light. I touched the magic sigil." But,
Should we ask if it knows any reason why this place would be abandoned? Does that seem pertinent?
might not remember that. Being all dead.
Where did you?
How about, what were you doing here?
I was attempting to escape. They came from below. I was collapsed.
That sucks.
Well, I feel like with the artwork on the walls and things coming up from below, I think this shaft is full of mind eaters. I don't think we should go down. I think we can fight sharks. I don't think we can fight one of
Can
those.
always ask
Sure
what,
we
what they
can.
look like. The thing he was running from.
Yeah.
You want? It's my last question.
So it's your question to ask. You can ask whatever you want.
I mean, you seem not to really care what I'm doing here. All right, fuck it. The things you were running from, what'd they look like?
Pincers. 6 legs.
Oh my god. Ugh.
Sandcrab.
An acid that burns.
I can't hear this or understand it, can I?
Goes down.
All right. I keep the skull.
Doesn't sound like a.
It's probably the
Pretty
sassiest GM moment I've done in a while.
Not bad.
Where did
Scary.
you fall from?
All right. So here's the picture I'm seeing. Looks like our friend is running the fuck away from something like a carrion crawler or some shit. And wiped out. And I think maybe the legs are missing on account of the fact they might have been eaten a little bit.
Can you?
So what were these things like?
Maybe you guys want to get out of there.
If we fought
This is
carrion
neat! Pincers, 6 legs, and acid. Which that's what made me think carrion crawlers.
We fought one of those before.
Does
You
sound
fought carrion crawlers?
We did.
We killed it.
You and I.
That sucks, mate.
It did.
They,
Yep.
they hated us. Yeah.
Do you still have that pincer?
I have the. I did actually roll pincer from like thousands of
I mean
years
that
ago.
Ugh.
That's really nasty.
doesn't sound like any
Carrion
mine
It's even
player I've
nastier
ever
than
heard
that
of.
net.
So it's
I
probably
should have
not
asked
one of
what they were storing here.
Well, I guess we can find that out. I'm gonna cast Mage Armor, by the way.
Okay, you cast it without issue.
So, are we gonna get out and finish our trek across the desert, or you guys want to go down into this pit of probable doom?
I
Am I
kind
the
of want to go
only
in
one
the pit.
who's still up?
I'm still up there with you.
you're still
I'm
up.
shouting
You
down
guys
into the
still
hole.
Okay.
Yeah, it's all good.
I do this all the time!
Oh god.
There could be something
So-
of use in here.
I'll let you know, guys. I saw some goblins in the distance,
Where are they headed?
north, but I think they're gonna be shark bait. So.
Well, then the sharks aren't a problem, and we
Yeah,
can
we'll be
explore
fine.
this
Yeah.
too!
Well, the
Storeroom.
sharks aren't a problem right now while they're dealing with goblins.
I'm using
Store
the skeleton
tomb.
as like a puppet now, and I'm like, looting!
I'm
Whichever
so
was
sick
stored
of
in
going
here.
to dark holes.
Are
No
these
good to
robes
them
any good?
anymore.
All the time, we have to go into a dark hole. I
Can
don't
I
want to go
tell
in
if
the
those
dark
robes
hole.
are any good?
They are old, matted, and rotted. Not very much.
Probably not.
Ah, fuck.
Anyone put these back together?
Mending would do it.
I know mending.
Oh, I know mending. Oh, what do you do mending? Yeah.
I fix them.
So as you repair them immediately, it becomes like this lovely velvet, sleek material that shines in the light almost, and it's slick and it's light, and it glows just a little.
I get glowing robe, faintly glowing robe.
Wonder if it's still magical. My apprentice could tell you.
I'm keeping it for now, I guess. Alright, yeah.
Shall I get some light? Will that be a bad idea?
Well, can you try and suss out, like, is this magical object just a light switch, or is it a burn you alive switch? Why would they have that
All we
switch?
know is what was it? Light begets light.
Yeah, so one light, more lights, and then probably horrible monsters come to eat us. According to Egrith.
I know.
I don't think.
Let's light it.
I mean, do we need? Can any of us not strewn?
Yeah.
Probably want some light in here, huh?
It's true. No,
He's standing near the hatch, and he's just like, "No, I can see perfectly."
Let's do it.
All right. Well,
Do
everybody,
it for profit.
stay on your toes. I'll use the light to cast light.
You cast light on the stone, and the moment that happens, it breaks apart the entirety of the room. This blue light begins to fade out from it. The torches light up these blue flames. That lights up on each side. Lights up the other side of the room. This enlarged hallway begins to go and extend. You can see an enlarged skeleton on the other side of the hallway, stacked up against a wall to the side. You can see the door off the side light up. You can see the other on the left lights up. You can hear this large.
Yeah!
Oh my god.
I'm not in there!
That echoes out throughout the entirety
Oh yeah!
of the keep as it just echoes entirely out. And then goes silent immediately.
Please get out of there!
Oh my god. Oh my god.
But apart from that, it is now quiet with the continuing echoes down. And with that, some tracks come about on the side of the room. You can see little outcroppings of almost shoelaces that have been put through and dragged on the side of the ground, little bit of tracks. That is it. That's all you hear.
That just...
Come here, come here, come
Get
here!
out of here. It probably warned something.
Oh, come
Is there
on.
a check I could
No.
make to
Sense
try
of
and figure out
adventure.
I
what
swear
would make
you
that
get
sound?
over
I'm
here.
coming. Okay, I'm
You can
Nature, history,
I thought
Yeah.
Night Shadows were brave!
Wow.
You were smart, not.
Is it possible to
I mean-
try and figure out like what size
you're
of creature could
squishy.
have made it?
No.
Well,
That's a no.
Oh.
I kind of want to know what made that sound.
Me too.
Anyone?
You really
I'm talking
really
about
want to know?
So
we
here's,
have to
here's
go.
I
Come
have an
on.
idea. I have an idea.
We keep on
We
going
have
to
a
do dirt
mission.
games.
One more trick. And I turn invisible.
No!
We have a mission.
Stop it!
And there could be
I'm
something
gonna
in
sneak
here
after
that
the
will help
tracks.
us.
You're gonna sneak after the tracks?
Yeah, I'm gonna
Okay.
try and
I'm
follow.
not
They-
going down there.
They lead down this long hallway. Do you want to check out what they are?
Yeah.
What type of tracks are? Give me
Sure.
survival, please.
Okay, let's see. That is 14.
You can tell they are very new,
Oh, they're
and
new.
they're 6 pincered, almost these kind of triangles. They're kind of like beginning to go off to the side, and null tracks. And we're gonna cap it off for today.
Oh my god.
Dang.
I'm not going down there.
Well, I have to go down there now.
Let me
as
write
soon
this
as
down.
you know that, you're
Not
Oh yeah, I'll
Going
just push. I'm just gonna push Ruby in.
down there.
fresh null tracks.
Yeah, no, Ruby's just gonna be like, oh, there's null tracks. Oopsie. I guess we're going in.
All right.
So I hope we all had a little bit of fun today. I know it wasn't an action-heavy episode. You guys avoided a couple
good.
It
combats.
was kind of a good
Yeah.
recap episode, though.
Yeah.
The recap was nice. It was nice just to do a little bit of shopping without having it carried away in a whole fucking marketplace, and everyone has to go to the different shops
You
and
guys
roleplay in
avoided.
different ways.
You guys avoided a major battle.
Oh my god.
You guys could have been severely fucked on that one.
The
The
bullets,
sharks?
I'm assuming.
Pardon?
Was
The
it
bullets?
sharks?
Oh,
It was the snake
Sand
spiders.
sharks. Oh.
Spiders made of snakes.
What?
Spiders made it what?
Talk about just inventing shit.
So
Are you
let's
just
see
saying
what
words?
almost killed us, and then we
Yeah.
should say goodnight.
yeah. It's always fun to show these people.
Let's do it.
Let's-
Quest and Queers. Please subscribe to Quest and Queers on twitch.tv
Slash
and
Quest and
YouTube.
Queers. And YouTube. Please. The link to our YouTube is in the description below. We need
And Instagram and Twitter, which is again QNQ Gaming.
When we get up to 30 viewers in a live stream, we will be doing a giveaway. So
what these
please stay
motherfuckers
tuned
do.
and subscribe.
These things are terrifying.
Ew, don't
It's adorable.
No, it's
Anyways,
gross.
but no,
He's
those
smiling.
things, if those things would have got you in a sandstorm,
Not good.
Mhm.
yeah, you're lucky that you burned 2 slots.
We did so
I
good.
think that's a Pokemon.
Yeah, 'cause,
It's a trap.
also, when I found out it tried to go underneath you, it couldn't brace through the top of it, so I just tried to go through the sand and just realized, nah, there's better bait.
Good job, team. All right. Thanks.
Well, good
everyone.
job, Laz.
Please subscribe. For the love of God, please subscribe.
hurt
I almost didn't prepare that spell.
To Twitter, Twitch,
the stuff.
YouTube, all the things. Thank you very much.
appreciate
All of
you.
y'all have a lovely evening and be back next week to find out.
Not next week. The week
No,
after
week,
next.
2 weeks after.
Every other week.
Find out in 2 weeks what's up with this hole.
What's in the hole?
I'm not going in
What's
the
in
hole.
it?
Next
What's up with this
session.
hole?
Next session is May 7th.
Yes.
7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Heck yes.
Nice.